Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big COC Energy. I'm Zraitor, your keeper. Tonight's offering is Dead Man Stomp, the final scenario in Chaosium's Call of Cthulhu starter kit. Things have been rolling on nicely in the community and podcast, and I'm hoping we can continue on for a long time to come. There are always more horror stories waiting to be told. Dead Man Stomp, August 1925. Five strangers with different agendas get caught up in a series of events after meeting in a jazz club in Harlem, New York. Starring a bit of a Philistine as Sidney Lockhart, an antique dealer, anthropologist, and would-be archaeologist who has already faced down an eldritch threat 2 years ago and lived to tell the tale. He is contacted by a professor of languages who refuses to give a name and insists upon meeting up in Small's paradise. The man claims to have information on the occult carvings inside a certain golden sarcophagus. Will Sidney accept this odd request and find answers, or is this a fool's errand? Song of Bird, as Odetta Martin. A stage actor ever aspiring to strike it big and see the world, she often visits Small's paradise, hoping to make the connections necessary to make such dreams a reality. She has been burned before, but her belief in herself remains unshaken. Will Odetta achieve her ambitions, or will she be just another soul cast aside by an indifferent and cold world? EeiddKlabe as Mickey Delaney, a dirty cop who likes to play rough and isn't afraid to do whatever is needed to make it through these turbulent times. Small's paradise is like his own personal treasure trove of fast women to pick up and small-time crooks he can lean on as informants. But after a few street punks attempt to lean back and brazenly attack him in the streets, he finds renewed purpose in showing everyone at the club that he is not afraid. Will Mickey prove to the world he is not to be messed with, or will the world show him that he's just another corrupt pig? DuckerQuackson as Hank Grimm, an old, weathered, and haunted undertaker who has recently lost his son. He comes to Small's paradise with no interest in anything other than the offered illegal alcohol, attempting to bury his grief, not unlike he has with so many corpses brought to his funeral home. Will Hank overcome his sorrow, or will the gravedigger dig his own grave this time? And introducing in his first game, Vlad USSR as Boris Dmitrievich Naghiyev, a Russian-born man whose family relocated to America for a new start, who finds himself in New York shortly after deciding to become a taxi driver to leave the mining life in Wyoming behind. He is a kind and generous soul who creates bonds with others easily, and he makes fast friends with a bootlegger to whom he lends his driving skills to pick up more money than simple fares can provide. Will Boris manage to navigate this criminal life without compromising his core values as a good man? Or will he find himself down a dark road that he can never return from? Small's Paradise is a Harlem nightclub that illegally serves liquor. Patrons go there to enjoy the music while partaking of food and alcohol and, consequently, break the law. The men wear tuxedos while the ladies dazzle in evening dresses. Any man without a tie won't be admitted and must quickly find or purchase one from a passerby. After all, who would think of going out for the evening without a necktie? This high-class joint is also protected. Police and criminals alike come down fast on disturbances in Small's Paradise. The music is hot, the company is fine, and the hooch is genuine and imported. It's the swankiest speakeasy in town. Plenty of bribes go to keep Small's Paradise open, so the food and drink are expensive. The first show starts at 8 o'clock, and the place is open every night until dawn. Inside the unmarked blue door, two very large African American men in tuxedos eye the passing customers and wait patiently to admit those remaining outside, which that would be your characters, which I believe Mickey Delaney wants to start inside the club. So go ahead. Now you can go ahead.
All right. Mickey Delaney will be back to the bar, drinking blatantly, stares out of among the dancers, listening to the tunes of the live band performing in the back. And he's a broad-shouldered guy, pretty strong looking. Looks like he hits the weights a lot. But he is one of the ugliest mugs you've seen. He has a large, swollen nose, partially due to drinking so much, bags under his eyes and deep wrinkles across his face. He looks like he doesn't get a lot of sleep, and maybe was dropped on the from the ugly tree when he was a kid. Because this guy he's pretty ugly looking. Despite that, though, he's dressed up well, and he chats up various women as they walk past. Most women are not interested in him, but he does. He's not above paying for it if he has to.
So Odetta Martin had just she'd just done some auditions and she's feeling pretty good about it. She hasn't gotten a role in a few months, and so she's feeling very hopeful today. She's showed up. She doesn't really have any new clothes anymore, but she's wearing a gown. It's got a few sequins missing here and there, and tonight she's also wearing like a turban with a little feather in the front. She actually made it herself at her other job at the hat shop. She's a slender woman. She's got brown skin. She's got striking cheekbones and disarming smile. She's known to frequent. She frequents Small's Paradise, not as much as she wants to, but she definitely wants to go out and just do a little preemptive celebration tonight. Hopes to see her friends.
You're coming through the front door, or you're already in the club?
Well, we can just have her come into the front door.
All right, the two bouncers will eye you, and as they are also of African American descent, they're pretty warm to you, and they say, "Hello. I think we've seen you a few times before."
I hope so. She kind of gives him a smile.
And he smiles back and says, "We noticed your clothes are a little old, I want to say."
She kind of frowns and says, I'm going for kind of a bohemian look.
Oh no, don't misunderstand me, miss. I'm sympathetic, and if you like to go to the side, we have a beautiful red dress in there you can put on if you wish.
Oh, well, I wouldn't mind that.
We look out for our own here, and he gives you a wink,
Thank you very much.
and he gives his hand to where you need to go, and you can go off. So you go to the next character. Okay, go Sydney.
All right. Sidney is, well, general appearance, short, pretty scrawny, black hair, yada yada. He's dressed in like, oh, well, he looks pretty kind of disheveled. Like, he definitely tried to clean himself up, but he hasn't been recently. Um, he is wearing like a hastily bought tie and dress shirt, I guess. You know, he didn't have the clothes before and he just bought whatever he thought he could get away with without spending too much money, since he is here for the meeting, not the club itself. He walks up to the bouncers.
They give you
Has to let in, I suppose.
they give you a look up and down. Then you look like you're new in town. You
Yes,
got that look about you.
Here for a meeting in the club.
Well, it's pretty packed tonight, sir, but you can go right on in.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, and real quick, just in case, would weapons be allowed in the club? Because normally he'd keep his Luger on him, but if not, he would have left it back in his truck.
The bouncers are not going to check you, so as long as it's concealed, they don't see it.
All right, yep, it would be. Then, yep, he walks in.
All right, then I believe Boris, you wanted to go.
Boris is a 5 foot, 152 centimeter man. He's bold, but he has a nice beard. He doesn't look too strong, but he looks like he sometimes casually does some sport. He's not wearing anything too fancy. Like he has like a loose tie on and like a clean jacket on. There's he looks like he's middle age. The appearance wise, not the best, but he's not too bad.
And is he already inside the club because he has his side job?
Yeah, he most probably would already be inside the club. Maybe talking to someone there and maybe catching up with with a friend or two there.
All right, that's enough for that. And we have our Undertaker left.
So I think Hank is pulling up in his this like dark black hearse, pulling up into like the parking area, I guess. And he gets out of his car. He has this like wrinkled, dry skin that's almost like scaly. He's got this like long, greasy black hair, messy, disheveled stubble, and he is about 6'1", 240. He has like a big pot belly, but he looks pretty burly and strong. His teeth are yellowed, and he has like a dead look in his eye. He also has like a large gash across his forehead. I think he's just like wearing like the absolute bare minimum he needs to be able to get let in. Probably has like a pretty musky odor to him as well.
You know,
And he's just gonna try to walk past the bouncers.
The bouncer puts his hand at you and stops you, looks at you for a second. He's looking you up and down.
He like sighs and shrugs and just straightens his tie up a little bit.
Well, sir, I suppose if you have money, just try not to bother the other people. I mean, the mayor's in there tonight.
I won't be bothering nobody. No need to worry about me.
Hmm. I think he kind of puts his hand on his nose and is like, all right, you can go on in.
Uh, he just passed and bar.
There's only one table left where everyone is expected to sit at if they wish to listen to the show. But before that, if there's anything people want to do inside, we will do it if you want, because you all won't officially be until you sit at the table.
I think Hank definitely just gives a nod over to Mickey because he's like another dude that looks a little a little disheveled and like drinking a bit and just like gives him like a nod.
All right. I assume unless we've met before, he's probably just gonna kind of blow you off. But I
Fair
think
enough.
if Boris heads over there, I think maybe I know Boris. If he's a guy who delivers alcohol here, and I frequent this place, and also I'm a cop, so I probably know him. So I think maybe if we have a connection to Boris, maybe that would bring me over to the table. That would be the most logical to me.
Okay.
So if Boris is over there, I'll head that direction.
Yeah, we'll just say that waiters are it's packed in there. There's waiters kind of motioning the standing people towards the last table.
Okay. Alrighty. Then I shuffle on over there.
Because it
I'll
is
sit down
expected you're there for a show. Yeah.
at an open spot, and I'll just kind of give like a stiff glance to the person next to me, and then just look back, kind of as if to say, "Yeah, I'm not really here to talk to you. I'm just here to sit down."
Yeah, there's already a man sitting there. He's a white man. He's in a nice suit and hat, and he's just tapping his fingers on the table. He's like very bushy eyebrows. They're so bushy, it almost seems like he has one eyebrow. He's not saying anything. He's just tapping his fingers.
Mickey will try to make eye contact with him without moving, and just like give him a glare, as if to say, like, stop tapping your damn fingers," and then he'll remain silent otherwise.
Well, if you're watching him, I'll take a psychology or a spot hidden.
Alrighty, I will do a spot hidden if
Alright.
I may. I got a 33 under 60, so that would be a regular success.
Yeah, you can see there's definitely a fine sheen of sweat coming on his face.
I think Hank will pull out a little handkerchief. Did I say Hank? Mickey will pull out a little handkerchief and hand it to the guy and be like, hey, wipe yourself off, man. You're
Mm.
sweating like a pig over there.
He just takes it really quick, wipes it, and just throws it back. Goes back to what he's doing, tapping his fingers.
Sidney would probably be looking around, trying to find, whoever he is to meet with regarding the sarcophagus. Definitely very nervous. This is not his usual environment.
Yeah, as I said, it's very packed. He could be literally anybody.
Yeah. And then once he determines that he can't really spot him, he'll go just to sit down at the available table. It was the only table available, right?
Yep, you're being all kind of ushered over there by the waiters as the show is soon to start.
So there's no music playing yet, right?
There's like a bit of like soft jazz like playing for ambiance in the background.
Okay. In that case, Odetta is just going to try to wiggle her way to the bar. I don't know what she likes to drink, but might just get a glass of wine. She doesn't really see anybody that she knows along the way, and it's not the usual. This doesn't seem like the usual crowd tonight. But she's still feeling good, and she takes her drink and she goes to see if there's still a table available.
Yeah, the crowd would be full of like politicians and that sort of stuff, as the mayor is here somewhere. And yeah, you see the one open table where you already have two people sitting there, I believe, or three.
She's going to say, just kind of look at the people at the table, and approach, and just going to clear her throat and say, "Do you gentlemen mind if I have a seat?"
Absolutely not.
No problem.
Yeah, the man that was
Please
tapping his
take a seat.
fingers, he just waves indifferently towards the seat.
She's going to sit down then.
And I wasn't sure, is Hank at the bar or is he at the table?
Hank was at the bar. I think he'll lumber over and just take a pull a chair kind of off to the side of the table, and just take a seat with whatever drink he had in his hand, just like sip on it and stare blankly toward the stage, I guess.
All right, and as you're all there, there's the band, the Charlie Johnson's Paradise Orchestra, starts setting up, and they're playing now a rousing version of Dr. Jazz. And then you see the door behind it in the back. It opens up, and an African American man with a shiny trumpet emerges. He's trying to get into the stage, but because the place is so packed, the table is blocking where he needs to walk. And he's standing there a bit confused. And then he asks the man who is tapping his fingers. He says, "Sir, would you kindly move out of the way?" And the man, he snaps back, "Find some other way, or have you thrown out." And he's just sitting there, "Sir, sorry, sir."
All right. Odetta's gonna. This is our table, right?
Yes, your table
Man
stands
is
blocking
tapping
the
his
way.
table.
Mhm.
She's gonna stand up and see if she can help him, like find another way around.
Yeah, I think he'll awkwardly try to move past you with his trumpet, and it's like,
Yeah, just
th-
kind of like so he's not walking by himself.
yeah, you should say thank you, ma'am, thank you, you're very kind.
She just says, "I'm sorry about him. I don't know who he is. I just ended up at the same table as all."
And would you like to give me a spot hidden as he walks
Spot
by?
hidden.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't make it.
All right. Well, he just kind of walks by you after he thanked you, and he walks by, and that was it for now. And then you all witness him get on stage, and then Charlie Johnson, the band leader, he decides to make an announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, His Honor the Mayor is with us tonight. It is always a pleasure to have your esteemed company and patronage. In honor of your visit, we dedicate this next new song, Dead Man Stomp, to you." And then now on stage, the man's rumpled brown coat and pants contrast with the white jackets of his band, as does the extraordinary strength and the rippling precision of his tones as he joins them in a heated version of the new number. The rhythms are irresistible, the musicianship top notch, and soon most of the crowd is dancing enthusiastically. It seems the new piece is a hit, and that's where you are as the sound of the song is going off, and everyone seems to be into it. Now, can everyone at the table give you a spot hidden?
Absolutely.
All right, I got a
That's
35 under 60. Regular success.
I got a 98 over 20.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Really in your
critical.
cups.
51 over 20.
Or what do they call it?
I've got a hard success. 11.
Fumble.
Hard success. I rolled 18, have 23.
All right, so back to it. Everyone who succeeded, you notice that a very small rat-like man, he's wearing a very nice brown suit. He kind of looks over the crowd, and he's like appraising it, and then he eases along the bar. Then he goes towards your table, like halfway through the song. You're about halfway through the song, and he moves up, and he's standing behind the guy that was tapping his fingers. Then he looks around again. He pulls out a .45 revolver, and he shoots him point blank in the back of the head. Now, I believe,
Oh,
yeah, I believe
What
Mickey
was
sat down.
that?
Mickey sat down first, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you're across. So you get the honor of the blood, the bone, and this spews all over you.
Since I'm a cop, I assume if they're not checking people, I have a gun on me.
You absolutely do.
I stand up and I go, "What the fuck?" And I flick my hands down, trying to like knock the blood off of myself. And I turn to see who shot him as I go for my gun.
All right, but first I would
Yeah.
like a 1d3 sanity roll from everyone else, and then Mickey a 1d6.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh yeah. Lucky me, I got a 1.
right, just take 1 damage. I guess as your hands are shaking while you're reaching for your gun.
That's a 3 for me.
That's a 2 for me.
I guess Hank spills his drink all over the table in fright.
Yep, definitely.
I guess Boris probably sits up out of his chair, shocked. These are your
Force is like,
involuntary
"Oh my
actions, yeah.
God."
And then Songofbird,
So I
yeah,
succeeded. Do I take any sanity damage?
you take 1 damage.
Okay.
1 damage.
So she saw it was coming, and she
Yeah.
turned her head away right at the last second, so she didn't see it.
Okay, and now we can go back to Mickey. I believe you were doing
Oh, and
something. And
Yeah, I
Sidney's
was
gonna
going
go
for
for
my
his gun,
gun,
too.
and if I see the person who shot him, I'm going to shoot them. But if they are not, if it's not apparent who did it, then I won't shoot anyone.
well, as he shot the guy, he looked at everyone who was on the opposite end of the table that could have seen him. You all saw his face very clearly. He just walks back into the crowd after he's shot. So you can fire, but you'll be firing into the packed crowd. That's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
All right, take a shot.
Holy shit.
All right,
Oh, damn.
firearms. Oh yeah, I got a 97 over 75.
Oh,
Um,
no.
That is not a
that
fumble,
roll.
thankfully.
Oh wait, I can't push combat. I forgot.
You
Awesome, I
cannot.
love it. Here's the question:
Yep.
Should I spend luck?
Whatever your heart says.
Because that would be quite a lot. That'd be 18. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 18 luck points. Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the right choice. You
All
don't
right,
want to
let's
start
do
off
it.
by killing random people.
Yeah, that is a very bad
bystanders
place to
and-
start.
Nope. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's make it a regular success.
Okay, then roll your damage as you hit him as he tried to escape back into the crowd.
Okay, it is 1d10. So let's see. I got a 5.
So you've done 5 damage. Let's see. I wasn't expecting combat so soon, so let's see what his health was. He has 9 HP, so that is half his health. He needs to roll his constitution. He rolled a 38 under 55, so he remains conscious, and he continues to run out of the club after you hit him pretty bad in the back, we'll say.
Can I take off after him or no? Like, is he just gone?
I'm gonna say that since the first
There's
gunshot
like a-
might have went unnoticed because the band was pretty loud, but after he gets up and he shoots the gun, yeah, everyone notices in the crowd. It starts to
That makes sense. The crowd's probably like going crazy.
Panicking.
it does cover his escape, Although though you do notice something else is going on. The man that was shot in the back of the head, his fingers begin tapping the table again.
Oh no.
No.
I
Can I get a listen roll from everybody?
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, listen.
83 over 50. Fail.
Oh, 89 over 20.
It's a nope for me.
Wow.
25
I-
over 30.
I
Over
got
30?
a 7 under 50. Extreme success.
Yes, you hear him very plainly say the name Joey as he starts to stand up.
Oh, I'm gonna draw my gun on this standing up guy. I ain't getting zombossomed again.
Yes, this is not your first time seeing a corpse, Sidney. Rise from the
No.
grave, rise from the dead. I mean.
Not a fucking again.
That's probably your response as you say out loud, not a fucking again. Oh man. And then the corpse now tries to weave its way into the crowd, although the crowd is panicking now and it stomps the corpse. And it begins to get immediately more bloody. It's starting way faster than I thought it was going to. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up.
Worse would like to try to like put him on the floor and be like, calm down. Does anyone know a doctor? Like he'll just start shouting like, anyone here a doctor, baby, and can help this.
Yeah, everyone's just
Nah.
screaming and they make their way out. And then yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I realize it's not gonna attack, I'm gonna try and help restrain it.
I mean, can I make like a biology check to see if this thing is like even able to be saved or like alive?
Well, it has like the back of its head is completely blown off.
That's what I'm thinking.
It was barely mumbling the word.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
think Mickey would pay that much attention to this guy. I think he would take off through the crowd after whoever, even if he can't see them anymore, and just assume that they're running for the nearest exit. I think he would have his gun out and point it at people and basically say, "Move! I'm a fucking cop!" and try to chase off after the guy.
yeah, as best you all can tell, the corpse has made its way. The walking corpse, if that's what it is. I don't know how your minds are trying to rationalize this, but has made its way outside of the club. Is anyone following with the crowd? Or are you staying in the club? And Mickey's outside, as I just heard. What about everybody else?
I think Odetta's going to be trying to find her way out because
Yeah.
This is some scary shit happening here.
Yes, I'm gonna go get like a body bag from my hearse to take the haul this corpse away. I don't know. Or I guess like prepare to after the police get to it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
All
gonna
right, well,
try
anyone
and
is
restrain the
outside,
corpse.
Yeah, I'll
hear
go outside with
Mm.
I'll go outside.
just pretty much just following the crowd in panic, like they are, is what I'm seeing in my head. But
Well, pretty much.
all right, then
The corpse went outside, right?
yeah, it went outside after being stomped yet more bloody, and it's just absolutely a horror show that you're witnessing. And then you hear a police siren, and then
Oh.
a police car comes into view, and the driver sees the corpse, what's left of this man. He loses control of his vehicle and he slams into a lamp pole, and he cuts the corpse in half.
Boris will run to
Okay,
the police
yeah.
then and see if they're all right.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at you with his eyes wide open. It's like he gets out of the car. He doesn't know what to
Oh,
say. And then I guess all the patrons have probably fled, and that is where you all are at after all this happens.
Odetta really didn't get out in time, and so she's just kind of stuck there. And she saw what happened, and
Okay.
she's just like still trying to comprehend it.
I'm gonna say
She's
that
just
Charlie
it's hard
Johnson
to.
was still on stage. And he looks at you and he's like, "Ma'am, are you okay?"
She just like did that just happen?
He says he's like frantically grabbing his things. He says, "Yes, I think it did." And he just walks out the back door with his stuff in his hands. And then all you see is the man with the trumpet alone on stage. He's drinking a bottle of alcohol, and he notices you. I mean, he's clear. He sees the color of your skin. He says, "You'll be in trouble soon. You best get moving. Come on now. I know a way." And he motions you towards the back door. You can follow or not if you wish.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna follow him. Somebody wants to help me.
All right, he leads you into the back of the club where there is nobody else other than the band, I guess, that was fleeing out the back way as well. And as he's fleeing, you notice that he drops something. And I'm going to give that to you right now. You see this card that he dropped. And immediately as you get outside, he runs off. He's not even interested in talking anymore. And then, yes, you want to read that out loud? It's really short.
Yeah, it's a card for a funeral home. It's Morgan and Dupuy Christian Funeral Home, serving families of African descent since 1851. West 145th Street, Harlem, New York City. Then there's a handwritten note at the bottom. It says, 11 a.m. sharp. Bring your horn. New Orleans style.
All right, we will leave you there for now. We will go back to the front of where I believe the other four are at. And there's cops on scene trying to, make sense of what happens. I guess they would know Mickey or not.
Yeah, for sure. So he would, present his identification if he didn't recognize the person.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he'd greet them by the name or whatever. And it'd just be like, Mickey Delaney reaches out a hand to give him a firm handshake. Whoever seems to be in charge, I suppose, is who he'd approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the driver of the car. Maybe he's early 30s, probably average looking, and he gets out. He shakes your hand. He's like still wide eyed, like what just happened?
There's a lot to explain here, but honestly, there's a murderer on the loose. I couldn't find him. Guy came in, shot this man in the head, and I mean that. I hadn't even stopped to think about it until now, but the man who got shot in the head got up and came running out here. So we got the guy who shot him, and then we got the guy who got shot. Both of them at large. I discharged my my pistol at the guy, but I guess I didn't hit him good enough.
Wait, it's like wait. The guy who got shot in the head was walking.
Yes, that's the man who got.
Okay, and he notices you. He notices you
Yeah, I
for
don't
the
know
first
how
time.
that
He's
happened
like, "Who
either.
are you?"
Like I said, I
was
stopped
just a
to think about
witness.
that.
And then I hit him with my car. I don't I don't understand. It all happened so fast, but
I mean, you can inspect the body. The back of his head is not there.
he looks over it. He looks back at you. Like, I've expected it enough. Let others handle that. Sorry, is Boris there somewhere?
Yeah, no, Boris is there. He's like, he maybe tried to talk to the cops, see if they're okay because they crashed into a lamppost. See if everything's fine, and yeah,
No, there's
he
no.
wouldn't go to the body at all. He's not doing that. Boris does not have the stomach for that. He most probably would go to afterwards, maybe his taxi and see just stay there and be like, maybe someone might need a taxi.
And then what happened to Hank?
I think Hank is just like sitting on the curb with his hands like in his head, or sorry, his head in his hands, and it's just like recounting the events to himself and trying to figure out what's real and what's not. And maybe being like interviewed by a cop and is just like giving the story back to him, but is clearly under the influence. So it's like uh hard to tell what's real.
Yeah, we'll let that play off scene. Oh, yeah, off scene. And then back to Mickey. He's like, "Are you going to investigate this or?"
Yeah, you're damn sure. I'm gonna write up a report about it. But look, if you could maybe keep people, around. I'm gonna start asking questions, but I think the precinct needs to find out. Um, so maybe you want to go ahead and walk on back. Let them know since your car is part of an active crime scene now.
Yeah, I will do that. But one thing, and now that my mind is back, that was ridiculous. But I did see a gray Packard zoom off before this all happened. Did any
Gray
of you
Packard.
did any of you
I
see
would
the
imagine
car?
that he flipped open a little notebook, writes it down. I didn't see any vehicles. No.
That's probably the best I have I can help you with now. But do you want any of these people detained, or maybe we could take them downtown?
Well, I'd like to, but there's so many people. They're all scattering. Um, what could be most helpful is alerting the precinct so we can get some backup down here.
All right, I'll make my way
Your
back.
radio still work? And yeah,
I'll make my way back, and I guess we'll.
in your car, you could radio in.
All right, and he walks away and leaves, and he does all those things, and
Already. I try to make my way back into the club and try to halt people. I don't really expect them to listen, but I got to make a show of it. Hey, everybody, hold on. If I need to know if anyone saw anything, I need people to stay here, please. If I don't want to have to arrest people all week for fleeing a crime scene. Please line up over here. Don't go out the back or the front doors until I get a chance to talk to everybody.
all right, we'll say that most of the patrons are pretty much all fled, especially the politicians, and you know there would be gangsters and other criminals. They're all definitely made themselves scarce. Pretty much it's
Oh, yeah.
just the wait
I'm
staff
fully
that's in
expecting
there.
them to not listen to me.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the wait staff, and they're
Alrighty, I
like,
start talking to them.
all right, we'll say it's one of the
I
female
start
waiters
grilling
that was
grilling the
carrying out
staff.
the drinks and food to people, and she looks at you.
Like, did you see anybody come in here? Looked a little suspicious. I'm just trying to figure out if anyone saw anything that I didn't see. Have it right next to me, but prior to, um, had there been anybody? Did anybody say anything? I was wondering if you heard any talk. I know there's a politician here. The an active shooter. Maybe that was the motive. And I'm trying to piece this together.
No, I mean, we're kind of told not to notice things. I'm sure you can understand. If you're a police officer and you're in here watching us drink alcohol, you don't seem to have a problem with it.
I have a problem with people getting shot in the head. Yeah,
Well, I do too, sir.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's not what I'm getting at, but I mean, you know what I mean. Everyone here just kind of minds their own business.
Yeah, sure. I didn't see any liquor deliveries, so I can't attest to anything like that. But what I can say is, if anything comes to mind, please let us know.
No, I don't believe that anything really did. I saw the man walk in that I'm pretty sure who shot the gun, but I mean, I have no idea who he was.
Alrighty. Like I said, if you think of anything, let us know. Thanks, Toots. And he proceeds to grill the other employees in a similar manner.
Yeah, they pretty much all tell you the same thing. These are just workers here.
While that is going on, I think Sidney would be trying to get a closer look at the body, though presumably encountering resistance now that it's a proper crime scene.
I mean, you can definitely look at it. You probably just could get up all up its face.
Yeah, couldn't get like a proper examination.
Is there something you're looking for, or?
I don't know, anything I recognize, just trying to mentally note down everything about it in case it is at all relevant later. Like in Sydney's mind, there's clearly something occult going on here, so
Oh yes, Sidney
looking for
knows for a
anything
fact this stuff
odd.
is real.
Yeah. And this specifically is encountered before, so or in some manner. Obviously not the exact same. But yeah, just trying to mentally note down everything and look for anything occult about the body.
No, there's nothing apparent about the body, why it would have risen from the dead. There's no markings or that sort of thing that you would look for that you would look for normally. Yeah, just a bloody corpse that got up and got bloodier.
Yeah. Okay. I think that would be all for now that I can think of.
All right, then we'll just say that there's a few police officers. They take the three of you are out there. They put you back inside of the club. They start to maybe they think that they want Mickey to talk to you.
I'd definitely cooperate. Um, just sort of trot over to a wall or and just wait for Mickey to come over to interrogate me, I guess.
He comes over dabbing blood off of his brow with like a wash rag from the bar. And he's just like wiping this gore off of his face. He comes over and he's, hey, so I know you were pretty close by when the event happened. I mean, all I saw was the guy come up, and from then on out, did you happen to see anything beforehand? Does that guy look familiar? Have you seen anything that can help us piece this together? Because I'm having a hard time explaining exactly what that was.
I feel like Hank had been in this bar several times before. Have I seen the guy in here before?
Probably not. And it's just another white guy in a suit in like a sea of white guy in suits.
Gotcha. Yeah. I haven't seen him before. I don't know. I can't even wrap my head around what went down. I mean, it's all such a blur. That corpse got up and started moving. I don't know. I feel like I saw just as much as you did.
Yeah, I can't really explain that either. I mean, I was focused
Yeah.
on trying to track the guy down, but I mean, you know, when I turn around, the guy's not there who got shot. The Vic is outside and cut in half by a cop car.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to clean up.
I'm sorry. There's I'm I think maybe I had a bit too much, if you know what I'm saying. Look, uh, I think maybe you should don't go too far. If there's anything you can think of, since you were so close to the scene and everything, I'm sure that the detectives will want to talk to you some more.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
What was your name again?
The name's Hank Grimm. Good to meet you.
Yeah, sure. Likewise. Uh, I gotta say, man, you're the only guy I've ever met about as ugly as me.
Hey,
See you around.
I was thinking the same about you. You just see like the corner of his mouth like just flatten out rather than being in a frown.
That's his smile. It's sad to
Yeah,
neutral.
that's his smile. His smile's just like a mid face.
Half a frown instead of a whole frown.
Arresting.
Yeah.
Right, then we will say that's sort of how the rest of the night passes, with repeated grilling with the same questions. And all right, then I guess Odetta comes back in, and you are probably all left alone in there.
Okay. I think Sydney would approach Mickey, and say, I I have encountered some things like this before. Um, I I would like to help with the investigation in any way if I can.
Well, sure. I mean, if you've seen anything, I don't know who that character was. I mean, I come here frequently. I'm a jazz enthusiast, let's say, and I've never seen the guy here before. So what I'm trying to ascertain is who was the victim and who was the guy who shot him, because I don't know these guys. And we, as a community, we work really hard to, to keep the place proper. You know what I mean? Something like this is highly unusual. Uh, we
Very
don't we don't take kindly to problems in Small's paradise. This is neutral ground. So if there's anything at all you could tell us, I'm sure there's many interested parties who'd like to encourage you to cooperate.
right. I'm not entirely familiar with the murder side of things, but I have encountered some similarly strange things regarding the post-mortem movement. So there's certainly something I would be at least somewhat familiar with going on here, or at least more familiar than the average person.
Yeah, there's got to be there's got to be some kind of explanation for that, right? Like, I mean, there's no way you're telling me a man got the back of his head blown out and then stood back up and ran outside. I mean, I know that happened. I know I saw him move, but I know that didn't happen. Is it possible that he had I don't know, like he was wearing some kind of a mask and they shot that and then he took that off and then, started running? I don't get it.
No, his brain was I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's all over
assume it
me.
was in like a completely inoperable state, judging from the
Yeah, I mean, he's got
examinations.
freaking chunks on him, so he's like, yeah, it got all over me too. So I just there's no explanation I have for that. Is that a new thing? You can hook up some electrodes to somebody's body and make the muscles twitch or something. Some
I saw no
Frankenstein
electrodes.
shit.
Yeah,
All right,
that
as you are
seems
talking, the front door to the club opens, and you see a man. He's very clean cut. He's a clean cut white man. He's got a very well pressed shirt, and he's got a dark suit on. Definitely looks like he's some kind of, federal agent or something. You pretty much tag him right away. He's got the iconic classic look, and he opens up his badge. Says, "Hello, I'm Federal Agent Riser Daniels. I believe a person of interest may have entered
It
here."
was Mickey.
Mickey, I see.
Yeah, who's that person?
I believe it's Joey Larson. I think he's a hitman for the Bonanno gang. We've been looking for him for some time.
Yeah, that does track. Look, I hate to tell you, but he got out the back. I shot him, hit him, but it wasn't enough. Guy should be bleeding out somewhere in an alleyway. But as far as the Vic, I don't know exactly how to tell you this, but he made his way outside before finally dying. One of New York's finest decided to run his car into him, and thankfully he did.
Yes, the officer told me all
Otherwise, he
about
would have gotten
that.
away
It
too.
seems like quite the story. I'm sure he wasn't shot as badly as everyone thought.
I mean, did you look at the body?
That's what I said.
The wounds were made worse by the stomping of the crowd. That's what I'm sure has happened. I mean, what is the other explanation,
it's real
gentlemen?
weird.
That the dead got up and walked? Come on. We got to stick with facts. And I know that this man, he's a hitman. He botched a hit and he ran away after getting shot in the back by you. That is my facts. That's what I'm going off of.
Yeah, Sidney's just gonna be like, I can't.
Yeah,
like, not say anything, but expression-wise, be like, I can't believe this man.
I mean, it's quite a thing to believe you didn't actually witness it.
I mean, fair, but presumably yeah.
Am I here for this or no?
You'd notice it's...
My understanding was everyone is there. Just, you're kind of like out of place. You're not really investigators. It's the only
Yeah,
problem with this.
if I'm like able to,
Just kind of
yeah, I don't know if I'm able to hear this, but the hitman was the one that got shot?
No. The hitman was the one that shot the guy.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, the hitman did get shot.
Then
that was
after that, I fired.
Yes.
Yeah,
I fired at him.
Okay.
And you are a police officer if you're discharging firearms in the crowds?
It wasn't into crowds, sir. I shot an active shooter.
That would have been better if you hadn't done that, but I understand.
He was mere feet away from me when he drew his weapon. I acted swiftly and took did what I needed to do. Anyway, sorry, I didn't introduce myself properly. I'm Officer Delaney, Mickey Delaney. Flashes his badge. There's NYPD. If you want to take over, I'm sure you got the jurisdiction here. I'm glad that you're so swift on the case with the hitmen running around and so forth. We don't need that kind of trouble.
Well, I suppose I'm not going to step on your toes, officer. If you are in the investigation yourself, I will conduct a wider search. Will you hit the town that you know?
Well, you're a federal officer, so you outrank me, that's for sure.
I'm
expecting some detectives to come down.
Like these other resources available. All of you saw the man's
and
face.
once they're here, they can do the investigations.
Well, all of you saw this. You were all here. I do have the authority to allow you to investigate.
Yeah, well, we'll keep gathering information if it helps. I understand, manpower can be low sometimes, so I'll give you a hand if you need it.
Yes, I am here.
I'll show these guys.
Yes.
sure these guys can help out too. If you guys don't mind, I gotta go. Gotta go talk to a lady real quick. And Mickey tries to jog over toward Odetta.
She kind of looks up at him and just kind of nods. And she says, "Chess, how are you holding up?"
Yes. Well, this is not how I expected the night to end. Or I guess I should say begin. We hardly had any fun yet. I gotta say I'm glad that you came back. I was gonna ask if you saw anything. I know you were talking to one of the musicians there, and you had a different vantage point than I did. From my perspective, random guy just came in, shot another random guy, but I can't really make sense of it. Apparently, the guy involved that I shot at was quite the assassin, I suppose. Shot a guy so bad that his body didn't know he died yet.
She kind of gives you kind of a grimace, like, and she says, "I don't know what else I can say." She mentions she pulls out that card that she found, and she just kind of looks at it and she says,
He
"It's
takes a
probably
look at the
nothing.
card.
It's probably nothing." But the man who joined the band
Goes,
tonight with that
where
horn,
did this come from?
she says that,
He wasn't a usual member.
yeah, the man who joined the band, he dropped us. I don't know if he's related to this
Yes.
case at all,
Ah,
but it
okay.
just, for some reason, she just kind of shrugs and she says, "I don't know. I thought tonight was going to be my night, but
Yeah. I thought so too. Let me take that information down real quick. I think it's worth investigating. I appreciate your cooperation here, and I just want to say that under different circumstances, maybe I'd invite you for dinner. But I suppose you're probably not much in the mood for that. He's continuing to wipe off viscera from his body, and he's like,
pretends not to notice."
"Well, he's also one of the ugliest people you've probably ever met in your life.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I'm sure this is an ick situation.
Yeah, she's used to
But
it.
he tries to continue an investigation, but honestly, like, has no effing clue where to go because there's not a lot of cooperation, which is, I'm sure, is plenty natural given where they're at and given Mickey's history with this community. He's just trying to figure out what he can do to put something on some paperwork so that way he can be clear of it.
Boris would just try to comfort Hank Grim there, seeing that he's like a bit down because of the situation. He'd be like, "Hey, buddy, how are you feeling after the chaos? You fine there?"
It didn't really faze me. It just confused me. It's the first time I've seen death walk. What about you?
Oh, well, if this happens, especially in this place, you have to see it somehow. Sometimes it's not pleasant. As my grandpa would say, the world works in mysterious ways. He said he saw a similar thing when he was an officer or something like that. Yeah, he saw a similar thing, he said.
Well, it's not nothing I've ever. I don't even know what to do about this. I'm so lost.
Uh,
Hmm.
you want a smoke, maybe? I can. And Boris will like pull out a cigarette packet and like show a gesture. Do you want one?
Oh, I wouldn't turn down a smoke. Yeah,
Hey, here. It helps helps to calm down the nerves and
yeah.
everything.
Calms the nerves a little bit.
Yeah, and of course we'll get the lighter and light both the cigarettes.
I
I
think
wanna
Mickey will
I wanna
approach
help.
both of them and they'll kind of nod to Boris.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, would I have known that the dead guy was saying something before he got up? Even though I failed the listen roll, like, would I have heard him mumbling?
It was clear that he was mumbling something, but without the listen roll, that was the point of it to hear what he said.
Right, right.
He did say Joey to the people who passed their listen check.
Yes, I would start asking the other player characters what he was saying, because that seems very important. It would be like,
I think he was
should I keep
saying Joey or John, something like that. He just started mumbling Joey, I think.
No, I heard it clear as day. He did say that. The guy came in, he shot him. Meanwhile, I was thinking guy's dead. But I heard him distinctly. Clearly, he said Joey. I did hear that.
Yeah, that was a
Sidney
bit weird.
notes that down in his journal. Thank you for that.
Well, if you guys are going to help me out anyway, I guess I'll just tell you. Apparently, this Joey Larson guy's a hitman, right? Shot the guy. We all saw that. There's not much of an explanation for why, though. But did any of you happen to notice that guy was real nervous? I gave him a kerchief. The guy was sweating bullets. I don't know, like he was waiting for something. He was tapping his fingers. I asked him to stop it. He started doing it again. Is that anyone else notice he seemed real perturbed?
Maybe he
He snapped at that poor trumpet player just for trying to squeeze by him.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, that's fine. The guy should have found another way around. But definitely he did. He did snap, huh? It seemed like he was almost like waiting for something.
And
you think
the fact that he
you
said
think he just
the assassin's
he expected
name.
to die?
Yeah. He said the assassin's name after he died, so presumably he knew it. I mean, you could never really know.
And that's even weirder, right? He looked the guy right in the eye, and he knew him. He knew the perpetrator. So I mean, it seems like a link. It seems like the motive has got to be somewhere. Anyone know the guy who got shot? Never seen him before in my life.
I can't say I've seen him either.
Would Boris
clue.
know him as
No.
like a frequent guest of the Paradise? Would he maybe know this? Maybe heard of him?
I would say probably not.
I would look to see if the federal agent is still here.
No, he left after he did his speech to you.
Who took the bodies? Did the police take the bodies, or did
Oh, I imagine that's what's happening now, because when you're done talking, we'll move into the next day and we'll continue the investigation there.
maybe we be on tomorrow? Find a way to do that. Maybe we could try to ID the body in some way.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Tomorrow.
Hopefully the police would be willing to, at the very least, tell us the identity.
All right, we will move ahead to the next day after the events of this happened, and we'll just say that one of you maybe looked for the newspaper, and you will see the morning dailies carry minuscule shooting and tell how the poor man, mortally wounded yet somehow indomitably willing himself to stay alive, tried to reach help only to be cut down, ironically, by the very aid he sought. Peter Meninsko is identified as a self-employed accountant, a man with a spotless record, who in a moment of weakness entered Small's paradise. Police think he was mistaken for some criminal foe. The mayor's office announces the padlocking of Small's paradise, offering thanks that such a cesspool of vice and crime has been located. Government agent Roger Daniels testified that Small's paradise was selling alcohol. Daniels managed to get his pictures into most of the dailies, as you see. He's plastered everywhere. Seems like his career has begun. The manager of the club, Mr. Roland Marlowe, is arraigned on various petty charges and quietly released on bail. And right, so you're all in a local cafe in Harlem. It's the morning now. Maybe the newspaper was in that cafeteria, and that's where you saw it.
Yeah.
And if there's any ideas how you wish to begin your investigation, or I will prompt if needed.
Well, I'd say, well, firstly, how are you all holding up, I guess?
Odetta drinks her coffee and says, I managed to get a few hours of sleep last night. There's just something about what happened last night. I have to get some answers. Like, dead men just don't stand up and walk away.
Not on their own, they don't.
Yeah, no, I'm.
What do you mean?
I'm fine. Things happen. Are you okay?
I'm all right. I'm all right. For once, I managed to get some sleep, since it's better to have help than to go it alone, and no point obsessing if meet up anyways. Anyways, we should probably look into the victim. That would be my guess as to where we should investigate first.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right on that. That's the only thing we got to go off of, as far as I can tell. I'm not here for a therapy session, though, gentlemen and lady. Don't worry about how I'm feeling. What we do need to worry about is how a man got up, walked outside before getting cut down by a motor vehicle. So let's go over what we know about him again. He came in that night, doesn't usually go there. He got shot down by somebody that we know he knew. He goes outside, apparently under his own power, then finally dies after getting struck by a vehicle. What are the chances he's there the same night that somebody apparently showed up just to kill him? Did he arrange to meet them there? He had to have, right? He had to have been arranged to meet the guy there, which means we got a big problem. Well, at least it means I got a big problem. Am I missing something here?
Well, his record is not as they said, as scot-free as it seems, because, well, if you know a hitman, well, you don't get to just get to know a hitman. You first get to know their organization. So yeah, not a scot-free. What's an accountant? I think he was, as they say he is. So maybe
Yeah.
Unpaid dues to the hitman. Maybe that was his, I guess, final payment.
We should look into the people around him.
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
See what they might know about him. Possible other behavior. Who knows? Oh, locations he frequented, of course.
Yeah. We're also going to stop by this funeral home. He looks over to Odetta. The card that you had. I wrote down the address, West 145th. That's right here in Harlem. So why don't we start there?
Seems like the most.
He kind of shrugs and says, "Yeah, it's something. It's just an intuition I have. It has to mean something, right?"
I mean, it's got the note.
Yeah, I think so.
Presumably it was meant for you.
The guy was just a session player, though. But it says 11 a.m. sharp. Bring your horn. New Orleans style, right? You don't play the horn, Odetta, right? So that message wasn't for you. He didn't drop that for you.
She says, "You're right. It seemed to be."
I think he got it from somebody, and he went here. Yeah. So he must have met somebody at this funeral home. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and if it's
Why don't we head on over
nothing,
there?
it's nothing. We could just cross it out if it's nothing. No problem. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
we're gonna
sure.
hit the funeral home first.
Okay.
Right, we'll say
Split the neighborhood.
a young waitress walks up to you and says, you all seem to be talking about the club. Were you all there?
Indeed.
I'm sorry, it's not very busy today. I can't help but overhearing, excuse me.
Odetta kind of nods, and she's like, she probably knows the waitress, and she asks, "What did you hear about it?"
Well, I heard Leroy Turner was there. He's, that guy's kind of irresponsible. Every time he gets a gig, tends to go on a bender and he loses it.
Leroy, he plays
Turner.
the trumpet, right?
Yeah, I heard he played the trumpet. I've never seen him, but I've heard that his lover died, so that may be a bit why. But she was hit by a car, I believe.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
When was that?
Oh boy, that would have been like a couple years ago, I believe. They were here to start up a new life, and it never worked out.
Okay, a couple of years ago. Well, you seem to know a lot about this guy. Could you maybe tell me a little bit more? You say he's got a reputation. As a session musician. Is he well known? You see him around here a lot.
I'm
trying to figure it out.
He's well known to be not reliable, unfortunately. I don't say he has a bad reputation. It's not a very good one. I've never seen him. I just hear people talking about him. Lots of people come in here and talk, as you all are doing.
The way he
The
plays,
music seemed pretty wicked. Got a lot of people moving.
The way he plays, though, it's like no one else.
Well, I have heard he's very skilled. So maybe it's a bit of a shame that has his problems.
A lot of jazz players are.
That's why I'm surprised to hear.
Problems.
I'm surprised to hear he's going to play at the Fayette funeral. Pretty sure he's meant to be there.
The Fayette. I'm sorry. One more time. Fayette funeral.
Yeah, Frederick Fayette. He He was shot the other week, or I guess probably a couple days ago. Excuse me. That's. I believe you were talking about his funeral, weren't you?
Indirectly,
that's the
maybe.
one. I just didn't know he was.
Oh, you are.
I just didn't know he was
Sure.
planning it.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I'm just sitting
That
over
would
there
make
bored,
sense.
listening in. Maybe I should buy
That
my
would make
business.
sense.
I'll go away, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
this is
it's
Oh,
fine.
very
Don't
useful
worry.
information.
she just snaps back with a smile. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the time?
It's probably around 9 or 10 in the morning.
Okay, Odetta says, well, gentlemen, let's finish up our pie and see if we can catch the funeral.
Yeah, of course.
Alrighty.
Don't worry.
Mickey stands up.
I can get us there. Don't worry. Free of charge.
I've got my truck. I can make it there. No problem. So thank you for the offer.
If anybody needs a ride, they're welcome to ride in the back of my hearse. It does smell kind of like death, though.
Odetta pretends
Yeah, no,
to
thank
not
you.
hear that.
I think Mickey stands up. Nice. Mickey stands up. He pays exactly the amount on the bill, and he walks over to the waitress and he goes, "Here, I got a tip for you. And my tip is this: if you know what's good for you, you won't listen in on people's conversations. Eavesdropping is a bad habit. You understand that?"
She just, I apologize, sir.
Yeah, you better. Anyway, enjoy the restaurant with customers. And he starts walking out.
Sydney's gonna grimace, leave a tip, and say, I do kind of agree that eavesdropping is bad, but your information was very helpful. So thank you. Sorry about it.
You're welcome, sir.
Sorry, yeah, he's just he's not in the best of moods sometimes. Mikey, Mickey, not the best of moods sometimes. He's just like that. Sorry about it again.
Yeah, I think she'll walk behind to the back now. Completely downtrodden. And are we off to the funeral? I don't know.
When you guys come out, you see Mickey with a chain, and it has a little ring on it. And he puts the ring on his finger, and he goes, "All right, guys, we riding or what?"
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna head over to my.
All right, Mickey will get a ride with somebody.
Yeah, you can. You're
You
welcome.
could come
Ideally,
with
not
The back of the
hearse.
hearse.
Yeah, not that.
You can join me, Mickey. Free of charge, don't worry. Right now, it's not taxi business time.
Is it? Yeah, appreciate it. And he hops in the back. Is there a moment where Mickey and Boris are alone in the car?
If nobody else got in the car, I don't know where Dad is going. I don't believe she has a
Alrighty.
vehicle, so she had to go with
Yeah,
somebody.
she's probably gonna hop in the taxi, take him up on the offer.
All right. Well, then you guys have Odetta sitting in the back of your taxi, and I guess Mickey's in the passenger seat.
Alrighty. Mickey looks over at Boris like he wants to say something, but then he doesn't because Odetta's in the car. And he goes, "Hey, maybe we should talk later." Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right. The Ford truck, the hearse, and the taxi all make their way down. You arrive at the African American family funeral home of Morgan and DePie, and as you're 4 white people, accompanied by one black woman, they are kind of giving you a side eye, at least to the white people in the party.
Odetta, does she know Frederick Fayette?
Would she talk to the people in the neighborhood?
Yeah, she's lived in Harlem for about 5 years.
Okay, yes, he's a driver, and he's a self-employed driver. He just makes whatever deliveries he's hired to do. I guess that's probably what you would know.
Okay, she's gonna kind of mingle then, and she's gonna ask someone. She's gonna say, "I heard this is gonna be a New Orleans funeral procession, a jazz funeral."
Yeah, I heard they hired a band to play and everything. Charlie Johnson.
She says, "Well, I've never been to a jazz funeral. I'm sure Frederick would like it."
Yeah, it was very kind of the family to do this. I think we'll say she's a middle-aged African American woman that maybe you struck up a conversation with. and wearing her nice funeral dress. Did you know Freddie?
We talk from time to time.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Everyone who knew him probably liked him. I know I certainly did.
I think he delivered a few props to the Apollo once.
Ah, yeah, he delivered all sorts of things, that man. It's an absolute shame that somebody cut his life short. And are the rest of you trying to mingle as you are standing out quite a bit? I believe one of you probably looks like him. I believe Hank probably looks very much like an Undertaker, right? All the time in his
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah, definitely. I was gonna ask,
You were
is
definitely
there
getting some
any
looks like, huh?
is there any chance that like his funeral home, like the not like he doesn't own it, but the one he works at
Mhm.
would have like done any business with this funeral home or like taken bodies that they couldn't
Well, going along with the
uh
themes of the very racial themes, I'm going to say no. There's probably a very stark divide, and you only handle white corpses, and they would. Well, I guess you would handle any corpses, but they probably only handle the African Americans who probably aren't getting a fair, what is the word? Bereavement. I think that's the word.
Yeah,
So yeah,
historically there wasn't much crossover, like especially with the funeral homes. That lasted well into the 20th century after desegregation and everything. Anyway, just my little side
yeah.
note.
No, that's fine. Yeah, basically they serve the African American community, and
Yeah.
you do not. You would be just the white Undertaker who comes in. They're very confused why you're here. You hear some
I'm
whispers and murmurs in the crowd.
I'm just an observer. Don't worry about me.
Say maybe a man.
Hey,
Good.
so look, I know you guys don't like me. Uh, you know, it's not a secret, okay? But we all know how this works. I'm gonna ask you some questions. You're gonna cooperate. I'm gonna go and do my thing. I had some questions maybe about Leroy Turner. You seem to know this man.
Okay, then a man will meet
Are you
you.
familiar with
You
his
meet your
work?
eyes. Well, sir, we don't want any problems, but this is, can't this wait till after? This is a funeral?
He goes, yeah, it's kind of important though. We got more people killing people. That's kind of a problem for all of us, don't you think?
More people killing people? Do you think the
Here in
person who
Harlem, your
this is
backyard.
does this have something to do with the person who shot Freddie?
Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah, the guy, Leroy, it possibly could. Yeah, I'm looking for more information about this musician, Leroy Turner. What can you tell me about him?
Leroy Turner. I believe he plays the trumpet. I know a jazz band was hired. I believe he's part of that
Yeah, I
band.
thought he was playing.
I don't know much about him other than,
Yeah, that's.
he's got
Aren't
a
you guys
problem with
having a?
it's got a problem with the drink. I know that much. Which I mean, I probably
Yeah,
should
people
do.
keep saying that. Um, I was wondering about. Maybe is he part of that band that was hired for the Fayette funeral?
Oh,
We were just talking about it.
I
I'm
don't
just
believe
trying to
he's a
figure out
part
if
of
this can.
any he's not part of any band. He just gets hired to fill in as a trumpeter, I believe they're called.
Okay. Well, did you guys by chance, uh, do any work with a session musician? He was. I was just wondering if maybe he's on loan to that band for a while. Any connection there that you'd hire anybody like that for one of these jazz funerals that you guys do?
Well, the band that's playing is Charlie Johnson's band, but
New Orleans
no,
style.
he's not part of the band, and I don't know anything about him other than what I told you, and that he gets hired to fill in. He's not officially part of the band,
All
though.
right. And when
That's
his
what you
wife
mean.
died, when his wife when his wife got hit by the car, you guys
Oh,
didn't do any funerary services for them.
yeah, she would have been taken care of here. Why do you ask that? That was probably a couple of years ago, I
Uh,
believe. He's trying to
well,
think in his
again,
head.
I'm trying to put some pieces together here. I'm a little bit lost. Um, we had a we had a guy get shot right in the face.
Yeah,
Heart of
sir.
Back of the
Harlem.
head.
Looks back at and the guy got his blood all over me, and
Sir.
I shot the guy who shot him, and that man is at large. I'm just I'm trying to figure out if somebody knows something, if somebody saw something coming, because I sure didn't. I know people got a problem with me, but this old guy tapping his fingers in the club, he seems to know the guy who shot him. Somebody's got to know something. Why did it happen here? I frequent Small's place, man, and you're telling me that on a random night, for no reason at all. It's too coincidental. And so I know that people don't talk, snitches get stitches and all that, but I could really use some information here, something to go off of.
Oh, sir, forgive me. I just work at a funeral home, but if I was looking in this up, when I look into the person who got shot, not talk to a funeral director?
We
Yeah, well, about that, he pulls out a little card. Well, actually, does he have
right.
it? Odetta probably still has the
No, I
card.
think that has it. Well, you can just tell we had the card. Yeah, that is somewhere.
We wanted to check into this, seeing as
Yeah,
how
she's like mingling with the
seeing as how
crowd.
you don't know Leroy Turner.
So I think we'll just ask again. Why aren't you looking into the guy who got shot? Why are you hassling these kind folk here? Just paying their respects to Frederick Fayette. I don't see the connection other than this trumpeter.
He goes, yeah, and I see this card here from your funerary home that the lovely Odetta has on you. If you want to see the actual card, but she showed it to me, and it said something like 11 p.m. sharp. Bring your horn, New Orleans style. That mean anything to you? New Orleans style?
He's like, well, as I said, we hired the Charlie Johnson band, but they brought somebody else in. This Leroy, which yes, we know by reputation, and he's kind of a wastrel and he's not reliable. But I'm not trying to give you a hard time, sir. I don't know Leroy beyond that.
And it's just a coincidence that it's written on a card for a funerary home. It's just a coincidence.
Well, that would tell me
that doesn't have anything to do with you.
Well, they hired him to play with the band. They brought in another person.
I think it's safe to assume that Leroy knows something. That is why we're here. Just to clarify, sorry about it. But
that's no problem. You're more pleasant than him. And he kind of says that very quietly.
Mickey, I think the best course of action would be to just wait until we can speak with Leroy. Clearly, he intends for us to talk to him, or at the very least, Odetta to talk to him.
Leans in kind of a little bit closer to you and goes, yeah, I think you're right. Listen, I'm going to make myself scarce. But if they start opening up as soon as I'm gone, I'd appreciate it if you'd fill me in. And then he steps outside. And I don't think he's a smoker, but maybe he tries smoking a cigarette just to give himself something to do.
Boris will join you for the smoke, and he'll offer a cigarette.
Alrighty, cool. He'll take one. He goes, yeah, I don't really smoke, but I could use one right now. Listen, is there something I don't know about? I'm wondering.
What do you mean, Mikey?
Well,
you normally know everything.
Yeah, well, I know a lot, but what I don't know, Small's Paradise, we got a good thing going here. Okay? I look the other way. We all have a drink. What I can't figure out is who would compromise Small's Paradise by shutting it down, by making it into an active crime scene. This hurts everybody. This gets into everybody's pockets, Boris. My pockets, your pockets.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well with anyone. Not even the gangs would want to do this either. A good amount of them have their own bootleggers, and also have a good amount of talks in the club. So it doesn't make sense to undermine it.
Everyone's making money hand over fist. If there's something normally this kind of stuff would go down. I'd be on a sick day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know.
He goes, listen, Boris.
Even weirder.
If there's anything you can think of, let me know. If I need to put my head down, let me know.
I think we should check the accountant. I don't know, maybe his record. Maybe ask. I know that maybe the gangs might not bode well, but maybe ask someone from there, because if he supposedly his record is Scott-free accountant, how does he know that first that he'll be killed? How does he? Because you saw how nervous he was.
Yeah.
So he knew there was something. So, in addition, the hitman, if he's a hitman, he knows the place. So he knew it would cause an uproar. So what's the deal for the hitman, and what did what's his name? Peter, I think, was in the newspaper. What did Peter do that made the accountant willing to cause a crime scene in the club? That's not, especially for a hitman, that wouldn't bode well. A lot of their customers are there.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. High profile. The mayor was there. Way too high profile. I don't know who would take that kind of risk.
Oh, where was... Yeah, no, Mike,
like...
I think we should, after talking to the trumpet player, maybe, if that gives nothing, maybe check the accountant's house? I don't know, maybe...
Yeah, I like where your head's at, Boris. It makes sense. It's kind of starting to add up to me a little bit. Let's go back inside. We don't want him to get suspicious.
Yeah, of course.
All right, you two make your way back inside. Eventually, the time passes, and after the remembrance service is over, 6 pallbearers emerge from the hall, carrying a long pine coffin. 2 African-American policemen on motorcycles lead the way and control traffic at intersections. Members of the Charlie Johnson's Paradise Orchestra strikes up, "I'll see you on Judgment Day," and the mourners fall in behind. And I assume you're all following the procession?
Yeah.
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 All right, we'll say that you're on foot, because, just carrying this thing. And I will need a spot hidden from everybody.
Here we go.
As we proceed through town following this funeral.
7 over 9.
7 over 9?
Oh, no, over 9, sorry.
just-
7
okay.
over 46 there.
I got a 12 under 25, so a hard success. Just barely.
Yes.
Hmm.
See, or like, no, for me it's an extreme success.
Yeah.
I got a 40 under 60 regular success.
31 over 25 for me.
Okay, so 3 that succeeded. As you were walking along with the funeral procession, you notice in an alleyway, you do see Leroy Turner. He's standing in the alleyway. He stumps out a cigarette at his feet, and he joins in with his trumpet as the song switches to "Closer, Walk with Thee." And you also feel that there's some sort of ominous presence that you can't place or understand, but you aren't really given a lot of time to think about this, and I'm going to need a listen roll from everybody.
Got a hard success.
Ooh,
I got a failure, 24 over 21.
okay.
I got a 24 and failed.
I also got a hard success.
Got
Oh,
a
no,
60
that was
over
success.
50 failure.
All right.
Oh.
So I believe that was
So-
Odetta and Hank. Sorry, were you going to ask?
Sorry, I got confused. That was a success for me also.
Okay.
But it was 24 over 30.
All right, then you hear as well. You hear some kind of moaning sounds within the coffin. And you hear a little thumping on the side.
Like someone trying to break out of the coffin?
Like something is moving around and alive in there, yes?
Odetta is going to try to get one of the pallbearers' attention, and she's going to try to ask, "Do you hear something? Do you hear something?"
As the man turns to meet you, the coffin starts moving and jerking around, and the coffin bearers struggle. They stumble forward and they drop the coffin, and it cracks open. And from within,
Oh
from
Oh, no.
within, you see the man, presumably Frederick Fayette. He emerges, gray, puffy, and bewildered, and he moans and he looks around at the crowd, and everyone starts to scream in confusion. And then I'm going to need a sanity roll from everybody.
I grab at my gun and sanity roll.
Okay, fortunately for me, I got a 22, so I succeeded.
Okay.
I got 1 over
43.
75.
I
Okay.
succeed.
Hard success.
Hey, got a success.
Okay. So is there any failures?
I don't think so.
All right. So everyone who succeeded, you take 1 damage.
Nice.
As the crowd is screaming around you, and you see the walking corpse that was Freddy Fight. He's running around, frantically swiping at people in confusion.
Alrighty, I checked my watch.
Well, you got
Is it
there at
11
11
a.m.?
We got there. Well, you got there at 11, I believe. We'll just
It's
say
11:05.
Can I go to like tackle the body to the ground?
if you want to do that, yeah. And why
yeah.
you checking that,
Well,
sorry?
before you do that, I
Yeah.
think Odetta wants to try to move closer and just shout his name and see if he responds to it.
He does look at you as you say his name, this wide-eyed, confused stare.
Like she's gonna say, "You can hear me. You can hear me."
And
She
this is
doesn't really know what else to say.
And he does start walking towards you now.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm still gonna go for the tackle. Like he's not. He still seems hostile, even if he's walking toward us. I don't know, not damaging him, but just like I want to like restrain him.
Yeah, I'll take a. Well, it's going to have to be an extreme strength roll.
Extreme strength. Okay.
Just have my gun ready.
That is a 43. So just a regular success, not extreme.
All right, as he walks towards Odetta, and then Hank runs forward to grab him, but he kind of just shrugs him off and he falls to the ground.
Odetta sees that he's unnaturally strong, and she decides to run.
A perfectly reasonable response.
Boris, like after seeing Odetta talking, he would like say, "Frederick, what happened to you?" Like he would, I guess, try to start asking questions.
And then it doesn't respond to you, but then you do see a woman that probably would have noticed at the funeral was his wife, Lizzie Fayette, and she says, "Freddie, is that you?" Then he stops looking, he stops moving, and he looks at her, complete shock and terror, and he lets out a human wail that splits the air and probably hurts everyone's ears quite a bit. And then he falls dead again at her feet.
Mm-hmm.
While
Boris
that's
would
happening,
like try to comfort the wife.
I think Mickey would have been chasing after Leroy.
Okay. You were looking for Leroy, he was in the band, and he probably ran.
So, go ahead.
He would have ran off after the crowd went wild again.
Yeah, I would have imagined that when a corpse jumps out, I would have chased after Leroy. I probably would have drawn my weapon. I probably would have screamed, "Freeze! You're under arrest!" and tried to chase after him.
Yeah, we can play that as you run down the. He tries to escape back down the alleyway that you found him emerged from, and then you're quite a distance away from him, and you see a gray Packard car. It arrives, and two men in suits grab him off the street, throw him in the back of the vehicle, and drive off.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Alrighty.
The
Can I get the plate, or is it too far away?
You see it perfectly, but the problem is the plate has been removed.
And any description of the two men? Can I tell any detail at all, or is it too far away?
They're two white men in suits. You peg them immediately for the mafia with your background. There's no reason to conceal that. You know these are men in that life, but you don't see any like distinguishing features.
Alrighty. Then when they drive off, I'm on foot, so I just and put my weapon away and start heading back toward the funeral procession. But now I'm paranoid, so I'm just looking around at everybody like they could be a potential shooter or anything.
Yeah, as you arrive back to the scene, the crowd that was once in terror is now yelling. They're quite angry and they're saying, "You buried him alive!" And the funeral director is trying to defend himself. No, no, no.
Boris will try to defend the funeral director.
All right.
Yeah, Sidney would try and help.
All right, I would take either a fast talk or persuade.
Okay.
Depending on what you're going to say.
Go
ahead, Odetta.
Odetta is going to try and move in front of the funeral director, and she's going to attempt to say that there's something else going on here. There's something else going on here. It's not his fault. You got to trust me on this one.
All right. Let's say you try to
fast talk.
Fast talk. All right.
Yeah.
Let's take a fast talk. Attempt to stop this.
Yeah, Boris would also try like fast talk. Like he would like try to quickly like just be like, look, it's not his fault. He was dead. As you see, he's dead again. You know, he's trying to like be like, this happened yesterday. It's a cult. Like you try to just find like some just words just to calm the crowd down. You'd be like, look, it's
It looks like I got a success.
Yeah. Do you want to roll?
Just a regular success.
Do you want to roll, Boris? Your fast talk.
88 over 24. That's a.
Yeah, they kind of side like the dead don't walk, but then Odetta, they start to listen to her as she is perhaps the same race as they are. Maybe they're more willing to listen. And yeah, it looks like the riot is the impending riot is calmed down. Everyone versus, and that'll be it for that. you're all standing there again as the dead just walked in front of you. And I guess Mickey's probably back after running, maybe slightly out of breath. I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably wheezing, out of breath. Runs back, and
Oh yeah,
I
I'd
get
come up to him and ask Mickey, did you manage to get him? I don't know.
no. The guy ran off. I tried to get him to stop, but I didn't want to repeat it last time. But it looks like didn't matter. Ended up the same way, no matter what. But
What?
remember the gray Packard? The guy mentioned. He said he saw a gray Packard take off.
Mhm.
I saw the trumpeter. I saw him get back in the. I saw him get pulled into a gray Packard. No plates. He got yanked in by two guys. They looked connected, and they took off. But I couldn't really see any details other than that. They're gone now.
Well,
I'm gonna level with you. It doesn't make sense. Two guys apparently clean, killed, and then reanimated by somebody working for the mob. He doesn't. Somebody's got to help me out here.
I could try. I don't know, asking maybe local car seller if he knows. Oh, I doubt he would say, but if he knows if he sold any gray Packers to anyone, or I don't know how far they are, but we could try driving around. I don't mind going over some red lights if needed to look for that Packer. Oh,
I gotta be honest. I think we need to look into the accountant, and I think that I'm no good here. And I think Odetta should maybe work the funeral directors again. See if you can find anything else. I'll get out of here. And look, it's not lost on me. All right, this community, they fear me, and they should. I'm a wolf among sheep. I just need people to understand that I'm not backing down.
Sometimes you have to understand that sometimes you can't, I guess you could say not rule per se, but hope that people fear you, because otherwise fear doesn't last. Trust does.
I know one thing for sure, and that's that life's a bitch. It'll kick you when you're down, and it'll take everything from you in an instant, in a blink of an eye, for no reason. So you got to get yours while you can. And what I'm going to do is find out who the fuck messed up a good thing we had here. That's what I'm going to find out. But I know that my presence here is probably more of a hindrance to you. I'm going to go look into the accountant. And if you guys can maybe work the community a little bit, maybe you can find out something. Then we'll meet back up. There's got to be an explanation here. This isn't a coincidence.
Okay. I think Odetta would go and talk to it's the Charlie Johnson band, right?
Yeah, correct.
Are they still around?
Yeah. Say Charlie Johnson himself is there.
I'm gonna approach and I'm gonna ask how he's holding up.
Oh, I remember you from the club, man. And I don't know how I'm holding up, to be honest. I've seen any kind of whispers a body walk twice now.
She says, "Yes, I don't know. It is happening because other people are seeing it, but both times there's been this trumpeter."
Yeah, that's
How do you know Leroy?
I hired him to fill in a spot. They need a trumpeter. He's he's got a bad reputation, which I'm sure. I know I've heard you guys talking. We're talking about it before, but yeah. Although he was talking a lot about his trumpet. He says he was playing with the scratch band, and he met. This is ridiculous because it can't be true. He met Mr. Louis Armstrong, and he said he claimed that he gave him that trumpet. I don't know if you know who Louis Armstrong is, but he's a pretty big deal. He's not going to be talking to no 2-bit player like Leroy.
She kind of scoffs and says, "He's got the talent, maybe, but there's no way they're in the same circles."
I agree with you completely, but that's what he said, that Mr. Louis Armstrong gave him that trumpet.
She says, "Don't you think it's funny that we saw a dead man stand up 2 days in a row, and both times it was Leroy playing a trumpet?"
I don't know. I know I've heard the older women in my family talk about voodoo and all that sort of stuff, but I wouldn't have ever believed it was real.
She says that, she says, like, there's got to be something there.
Well, I guess you
Is there anything else you can tell me about him?
I can tell you where he lives, I guess.
Thank you.
And he just say he gives you the address.
Okay.
But apart from that, our business is strictly professional. I was just trying to give him a chance, see if he could sort out his life and give him a good gig.
Well, I hope you all can get a break. This can't be easy. Hang in there.
And he just sort of tips his head. Don't you worry, man. They always want jazz around these parts. And he walks away. And then I believe the party was splitting with Mickey going off. Was anyone going with him, or?
I think I would go with
Boris.
to investigate the accountant, since after the funeral home, that seems like the most substantial lead. Or I mean, for what we can investigate at the very least. So yeah, I would go off with him.
I guess Boris would also the most he could do here is like try to comfort people, but he understands that right now what he has to do is to try and I guess help find out who's doing this, you know. It's the actions matter right now more than soft words, you know. So he'll try to help as much as possible and go with Mickey and Sidney.
We'll say that
Yeah, I'd imagine I'd pop into like a nearby like deli or something and just be like, let me use your phone.
All right.
And then I would call the precinct and I would just be like, yes, Delaney, Mickey. I was wondering if you could pull up any information where this guy works, check the phone books or something. We got this guy, Peter, he's an accountant. It was the guy who got shot last night. And then get the address from him over the phone. That way we don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, you're given both the addresses of his office and his apartment, as they are
Alrighty.
listed in the telephone book.
Oh, great, thank you. Well, gentlemen, it looks like we have an address. We can go start knocking and talking and find out maybe what the guy was into. I got my suspicions. I'm sure you are already onto it, Boris. But the guy got snuffed out. He's an accountant. He probably refused to do some business or something along those lines. Anybody else got any other ideas? It seems like that's the next logical place. Go to his house first, maybe go to his office afterward.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I don't want to alert anybody that we're onto the tail, just in case somebody goes and tries to light the place on fire or something. So we should probably hit his place first.
Yeah, just see, maybe I don't know if he has any relatives there. Talk to them kindly, Mikey.
Yeah, that's what I'm known for. Charming face. And so I guess we'll head on over there unless there's something else we need to do.
Okay. Do you have an idea?
Maybe before Boris left to help Mikey, he would like tell Odetta and Hank like that maybe we should meet later at like maybe for like lunch or dinner at some place maybe.
Yeah.
So that, you know, we can talk about what we find out.
We could probably meet for dinner because probably past lunchtime now.
Yeah, it should be, especially if they're done with their investigation and you possibly going to the house or Leroy Turner's place.
Okay. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, okay, dinner it is. And yeah, he would just tell the Sidney and Mikey just while going to the guy's place that dinner is gonna be dinner time. We're just gonna talk about what we find out at this restaurant or place.
All right, you arrive into the neighborhood that the apartment building sits in. And there's nothing really stands out at you. It's just a normal apartment building. And you go inside. Nothing. You can have to get through the locked door.
I will drop down and pull out my lockpicks. Because I got that skill.
You had that skill also.
Mikey.
I mean,
Let's first see if there's anyone there.
Ask for a key, okay?
Mikey.
I got a 44 under 50. One, actually.
Hey, the hell with the apartment manager and his key then.
All right.
Yeah, fuck him.
You two see Mickey drop to his feet. You just expertly open this lockpick and the door opens. Inside,
Boris will just sigh. He's like,
as you get inside, it appears that nothing has been inspected. You were the first to think of checking this out, and I will take a spot hidden.
Alrighty, from everybody.
Yep, everyone's looking.
Is there anyone inside?
It is completely
does-
empty and undisturbed. You are the first people that have
Yeah.
thought to do this and have arrived here.
And he lives alone by the looks of it, right? Like there's
Yep.
not like a second pair of okay.
It's a nice, it's a nice
Oh,
medium-sized
wow.
apartment. He lives alone, yeah.
Yeah, Boris sees nothing. 96. That's a fumble.
Yeah,
Boris is like, Boris is blind, actually.
Boris is probably still young.
Wow.
Like, he literally go on, dude. Go on. Still irritated with the lockpicking.
I got a 40 under 60.
So everyone has failed. I'm gonna need a push,
no.
or I'm gonna need some luck spent. What's happening?
No, I got 40 under 60. I succeeded.
I thought you said over. I apologize. All right. Yeah. So as all this is happening, the other two fail, but the cop he's got the scent, and you find a scrapbook of clippings about Archie, the boss Bonato. It dates back to about 1.5 years. As you look through it, you see that there have been monthly cash deposits of $1,000 made to his account over that same period.
Alrighty. I keep flipping through. Is it just records of deposits to his account?
Yep, it's just a scrapbook of clippings that he's keeping this, I guess, the money straight.
Okay. I'll keep looking around, and I'll set that off on his bed or something to go look at again later. Take with me maybe, and I continue to search the area. What I'm hoping to find is something that looks like maybe books that he cooked for somebody else. And doing some creative accounting, and that's what I'm suspicious of. So that's what I'm looking for.
As you look around somewhere, it doesn't appear that is here, but as you know, he's an accountant. Perhaps that's at his office.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'd look at the book real quick. What was the guy's name again?
Archie, the boss, Bonato, and I put it in the group chat, and so you can read it.
And I would like to look through and see if there's any like interruptions in payment or abnormalities.
Nope, it's just those transactions.
Consistent transactions. Okay.
When do they stop? When do the transactions stop?
They're through 1.5 years. They date back to 1.5 years from the current day.
Okay. And do they go up to like a week ago at the same frequency, or did they seem to stop like a couple months ago?
Nope, they are current to the month. Monthly cash deposits still today.
Alrighty.
1,000. $17,770 nowadays. God, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Monthly payments or transactions.
Okay, this guy is definitely involved.
All right, and that seems to be all that's at the apartment. Are we moving on to the office?
I'd like to ask neighbors about any suspicious activity.
Oh yeah, we should talk to the neighbors, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I think that would be. Any objections, Mickey?
You're knock on some doors, or
Yeah,
Just-
like knock on
Yeah, we should just
nearby
knock
doors.
and just see what they say.
all right, we'll say that you knock, and there's no answers for most of them, but maybe an elderly lady opens up one of them. She's like, "Yes, may I help you?"
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Well, we're here regarding the situation with your neighbor Peter, Peter Manesco. I believe I'm getting the name right.
Is that the accountant that lives around here?
Yes. We're wondering if you have seen or heard anything of note related to him.
No, he's just a guy who keeps to himself.
All right. Thank you. We just wanted to check.
Well, that's no problem. And she shuts the door.
We should check if he has any living relatives in Harlem. Maybe ask them. Maybe they most probably know about, if he had tough times and did work. Maybe
Yeah.
he talked about it when he got a bit too tipsy once, or talk to maybe father or sister or something.
Yes, I think that would be the next step after the office.
Yeah. The where did he get all that money? Or at least 1,000 is. I could buy several apartments for that. Like it.
That is question. Possible motive. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. Like, I had to save a good amount of money to get the apartment I have, and he just transactions that amount of money. So that's interesting. We know what office he works, right? Is it Zraitor?
Yeah, you were given there, or maybe
got
it was
his
given the
address.
address. Yeah.
Is it like a major, like, bank or a financial institution?
No, he just has a small office that he self-employed in.
Oh,
He doesn't work for a
okay.
company.
It's even more suspicious.
Mhm.
How nice is the apartment? Like,
I'm gonna.
how?
The apartment is pretty nice, yeah. I mean, it's not hard to see why it's nice as you got your new information.
So not something that self-employed accountant would have then. Okay.
I mean, he's clearly employed by this Archie the Boss Bonato.
Oh yeah.
Very, very well employed.
So is that everything?
Mickey's gonna do everything he can to get that book on him.
You just want to take the book with you?
Yep, I hand it over once.
Yeah, I want to take
checking
that with
too.
me for sure.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Mickey
And
pockets the
then
book, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
we should hit the office after that.
Yeah, the office.
Anyone got a
sounds-
problem with hitting the office?
Nope.
Nope.
Take my truck.
Well, maybe we could bounce over to my investigation real quick.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll write down the address.
All right. Odetta, you arrive at where you were told to go to by Charlie Johnson.
What kind of place is it?
It's like a rundown apartment building somewhere in Harlem.
All right. So it's like a walk up, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All right. So I walk in, I go to the door, and I just knock on it.
There's a pause for a bit, and then you see an African American man. He opens the door and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Dada kind of straightens her posture and says, "Is Leroy here?"
Leroy, I think he was playing today at the funeral. He hasn't been back. Are you looking for him? What are you looking for him for?
Kind of sighs and says, "Well, he owes me a little bit of money, and it'd be nice if I could have it. Do you mind if I come in?"
He probably owes a lot of people, buddy, but not really. I guess I don't really care. And he opens the door. You come in.
Yeah, she kind of gives him her smile and says, "Thank you." I look around the place.
Yeah, you see that there are three other African American males in there. He shares this room with them, and they're eyeing you. And you look through his possessions. They just shrug. They're not very interested. He owns 2 shirts. Excuse me. He owns 2 suits, 3 shirts, 4 boxes of sheet music, and a framed photograph of a smiling young woman, which I do have a picture of. There you go. And yeah, that's the picture that you see that's prominently displayed among his possessions.
Well, to make it not awkward, she kind of does a little bit of small talk with them as she's kind of looking through the things. Like, are these men also musicians or?
No, they're probably just 3 people he shares the room with because he can't afford it.
Okay, yeah.
I guess one of them look at you. Well, that was his
says,
wife.
She just kind of takes a good look at the photo, puts it back. She's like, "Do you know when he left?"
When he left? Well, he left earlier to go to the play at the funeral.
She says, "Yeah, I was there, and we started playing, and something happened, and he just ran off. Saw a cop running after him. I was hoping he might have gotten home."
No, we haven't seen him today. He might be out getting drunk somewhere in some speakeasy somewhere. He's often to do that.
She kind of pauses for a second and says, "Do you know if he was? You see any wise guys going after him? Guys in suits? Connected guys? Do you know anything about that?"
No, but I mean, he makes a lot of people mad with his behavior and showing up drunk. But no, I don't specifically know any criminal types, if that's what you're asking for.
He says, "Well, I hope they don't come around here then." She kind of shakes her head. She's like, "I think I was hoping to get to him before the mob did. Maybe I'm too late."
So you're saying the mob's after Leroy?
Well, I heard something. I heard a couple of guys jumped out of the car and put him in and drove off.
Well, fuck. I would go to the police, but they're not really gonna help people like us.
He said, I was hoping it wasn't true. That's why I came here, really.
Well, he's not here, so unfortunately, I believe that it must be true.
Just kind of walks out and says sorry and, thank you.
And they wave goodbye at you. And then I guess we will switch back to the crew arriving at the office. It's a small office that he owns, that he was self-employed. He's the only one that works in it. And as you arrive, you see that the front door lock has been busted open.
How busted?
Like somebody kicked it open.
Oh, okay. So not gun or hammer. Okay.
Someone's definitely broken into here.
Mikey, maybe grab your gun. I think that would be good just in case. As I don't think we want to mess with anyone who busted this door open. Just in case.
Mickey draws his weapon and he kind of goes in, whatever the police protocol is, checking the corners. And he goes and he kind of looks over his shoulder. Maybe you guys should stay out here. And he just tries to go in, not necessarily stealthily, but he's just trying to make sure that he clears the office of anybody that could possibly be in there. I'll check any bathrooms, any closets, and just try to clear the location.
All right, as you enter, sorry, somebody else doing something?
Sorry, I was gonna say, well, Mikey does that. Boris would look around, see if there's any individual, going out of the area, maybe, who looks like they tried to go in or are look like they went from the office,
You can do a spot hidden.
So I'd look around as well.
Go for it.
That's an 80 over 46. Yeah, don't got enough luck. About 35.
Yeah, neither of us got it.
Nope, neither of you see anything. You don't see or notice anything other than what you see. And then as Frank enters gun drawn, he arrives in and he sees that the place has been tossed. The papers are everywhere. The filing cabinets are kicked over. It doesn't appear there's anyone inside, however.
Alrighty. Once I'm comfortable feeling that there's nobody physically in here, I'll put my gun away and then I'll wave the other two guys in. And I go, well, we might as well search the place, see what we can find. If you see any suspicious accounting, why don't you go ahead and let me know? And I'll just search through. I assume because the place has been tossed that either they found what they were looking for or they didn't find it. But I got nothing else, so I'm going to search through all the stuff.
Yeah, as you look through the file cabinets, you notice that all the files listed under B, the letter B, have been taken. And then I'll take a spot hidden from anyone who's looking around.
Alrighty.
Oh my god, I cannot get this. I got a 90 over 25.
Oh wow.
You say 100?
Yeah.
Then I guess
I had 75 over 60.
I got a what's it called? Hard success, I think. Yeah, I got 12
okay.
over 46.
Well, then the other two of you come up blank, but I guess Boris notices a piece of paper that was crumpled up and discarded unnoticed on the side. And this is what he sees. And if you would read it for us, please.
Oh yeah, so Miser M. You what the hell?
Yeah, that's right. Crumpled.
You should meet me. He's like, Mikey here. Evidence. It's a bit of a hard handwriting for me.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead.
It says you should meet me tonight, Small's Paradise, for a meaningful discussion on your health and safety.
D.
It's a J for.
Oh, it's a J.
J. I mean, judging from the spelling, I wouldn't put it past a backwards C, but I think it's meant to be a J.
Could Boris go do an accounting check to see to see maybe if there's any I don't know, maybe any other people who are involved with this, or maybe an address to where the money was going, something like that.
Well, you already know that the money was going to Peter's personal accounts, and he was being paid by Archie the Boss Bonito, and then you saw that all the files relating to the letter B are gone, so there's nothing to search. that would give you anything else other than pointing towards this crime boss? And are we doing anything with this information? Clearly, it reaffirms that it's this crime lord.
Mm-hmm. Well, why oh yeah, Joey. Are there any records of Joey Larson in the accounting, like anywhere mentioned?
We'll say
In
you
the
flip through the J's and no, there's nothing.
Nothing. How about what was his name? The trumpet player.
Leroy? No, he's not in there either.
Alrighty, I'm gonna put that with inside the book. Close it. Put it back where in my jacket or wherever I had it, kind of stashed, and look around and go, huh? Well, the note was clearly why he was there. Doesn't seem like the kind of place he would frequent. Explains why he was nervous and seemed to be expecting someone. So that much is cleared up. I think we got a pretty good idea of what he was doing and what he was wrapped up in. What we don't know is who's trying to clean up. You know what I mean?
And why
to
kill him shop in such a public place? Yeah, that's on a move on another level. I can't even perceive what cause there could be for that. But a couple of mob-looking guys were the ones who pulled the musician into the Packard there. So it seems like maybe a mob hitman. It seems like somebody's trying to cannibalize their own business. Someone's going to war with the mob and their income streams. Oh no,
and they don't care.
That's not a good sign
about the fallout. They don't care about the fallout.
The thing is, we can assume that the letter is from Joey, and Joey most probably works for a mob. So the issue becomes, why would a mob want to disturb paradise? It doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I guess we got a couple things to do. One, we got to meet back up for dinner. And the other thing we got to do is we got to check into this Melon woman. Something alive. Has me wondering if her death was that.
Oh wait, sorry, no, nothing.
No, I think we should look into her and see if she was wrapped up in anything.
Maybe.
Could be fallout from something that happened with her.
We should maybe on the way quickly check if he has any living relatives. See if they know anything. So it should be in the records, right?
Yeah. Why don't we look them up, see if they're on the phone book?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. But first, dinner. Food must never. A lady must never wait, and food must not get cold.
All right. I don't think the restaurant was named.
Can't argue with you there.
So I guess we'll move along to whatever that restaurant was somewhere.
Ernie's Kitchen.
Ernie's Kitchen?
Yeah.
There you go. Right. Ernie's Kitchen.
You all arrive
heart of Harlem.
Around dinner time at Ernie's Kitchen in the heart of Harlem. A booth is open for you, and you can all discuss what you wish.
So,
you find anything out, Odetta?
Odetta says that she wasn't able to find much at Leroy's apartment. He hadn't returned. She doesn't. There were 3 men who were living with him, and they claimed to know nothing about any mob connections. They didn't seem to care about him very much. They let me just walk in and look through his things. Found a photograph of his lover, Marnie Smeaton. That's her name. You might want to write that down if you want to follow that lead.
Okay.
Another thing is he was very proud of his new trumpet, and she just kind of laughs and he says that Louis Armstrong gave it to him.
Boris also just chuckles a bit. Louis Armstrong? No way, that's
sure he's just handing out
absolute blessing gave him a trumpet. And God, if he gave him a trumpet, then I would listen to that trumpet every day.
She says, he seems like the kind of person who, if Louis Armstrong actually gave him a trumpet, he would take it to the pawn shop but maybe there's something
Yeah,
something
you're right
special
about
about his
that.
trumpet.
Everyone I
knows?
spoke to said he was a lush. I think you're right.
Yeah. Sydney would be like writing down some stuff on this, taking notes on everything. Well, we found out what Peter's connection is to the mob, I suppose. He was paying someone named Archie the Boss Bonato $1,000 how often was it?
Monthly till a year and a half ago.
Yeah, $1,000 a month for the last year and a half. So he's definitely got some connection to the criminal underworld.
And a nice apartment.
Well, maybe we should look into this Marnie Smeaton, find out where she's buried at. We got a guy trying to raise the dead. You think he might stop by there? Want to have a conversation with his wife?
Maybe.
Look, I've seen the dead walk twice in the last week. Okay, I'm open to anything at this point.
You make a good point. He could that makes a lot of yeah, we should check that. We should check the grave.
All right, so I suppose you're gonna look into the Archie the Boss by asking the police, or
maybe.
Well, I want to look
That should be
into this guy's wife.
Okay.
Love her.
Yeah, she's probably buried somewhere here in Harlem.
I
I
think
don't
that
know
would
where
be
the cemetery is.
that'd be the quicker one, you know.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget he was kidnapped,
Yeah.
so he
Also,
couldn't be there
please.
right now.
Well,
We start
yeah,
asking about Archie.
there's a possibility. Yeah, we should probably focus on Archie.
No, I'm saying if we start asking about Archie, let's just
right.
say, yeah, Archie the
Right.
Boss could give us a very welcoming hello.
Yeah.
So maybe he should be later on the list when we exhausted the other options. By that, looking into
Okay.
Marnie
Yeah.
Smitten and
Seems like
Peter's
there's
relatives.
definitely two tracks to this investigation.
Yeah.
At some point they have to cross.
Okay, so
But I'm not seeing it right now.
I'd say grave relatives boss man. Just in order of which would be quickest first.
So, guess let's finish the food and quickly go and see. Well, I guess in the cemetery if Marnie Smitten is still there, and yeah, I get that. I do not know what else we would see. Maybe her history also.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I doubt it
Mickey
has anything, but I think there might be
maybe
possible
something.
motive,
Maybe
and it would be the quickest to check. You know, it's little investment, and if it works out, that could be big.
Odetta says, I kind of hope this is a dead end. I hope we go there and it's just a grave.
That's most likely.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it will be. It's most probably just a grave. Most of the time, people don't want to disturb the dead's slumber, especially if they're loved ones. So I doubt that even Leroy, even if he went to her, he most probably did, raised her first. So at worst, we just find an empty. I don't know if it'll be grave digging, but at worst, we just find out that she went missing. The body went missing. That's it. I doubt that but we'll have her raised right in front of us. So I think it'll be just fine with that.
And how are you attempting to get this information?
Maybe go to some of the morgues or cemeteries and just see where she's buried.
That sounds like you'd be asking around, then maybe just persuade if you're just going to talk to people in the neighborhood.
Oh, we could ask the funeral home that we were just at, because they mentioned that they probably handled that.
Yeah, we could go talk to them.
All right, we will move back to.
Yeah, I think that's
back to the family funeral home of Morgan and Dupai. It's probably late in the day, and they're probably not doing much. And the funeral director that you talked to earlier, he's there. He sees all of you arrive.
Odetta just kind of says, "Evening."
Oh, it's all of you again. I thank you for stepping into my aid earlier. It's ridiculous to think I would bury somebody alive.
It's like she says, I know you'd never do that.
Well, thank
But
you.
there's also another thing.
Another thing? There's more today?
Sadly.
Last night,
Oh, I don't even know what day it is.
last night, something similar happened at an establishment we all happened to be at, and we're trying to understand it better.
Okay. And I would be of help, you believe?
Maybe.
We
It's a woman,
believe the
Marnie Seaton. Marnie Smeaton.
Hmm.
Do
Isn't
you
that
happen to know where she was buried?
isn't that Leroy Turner's wife? Or deceased now, unfortunately?
yes, we believe he may be connected to the reanimation, possibly.
It's like shh, no reanimation, please.
Uh the mysterious
It's a
reawakening. I don't know what you want to call it.
I,
The dead man got up and moved.
I'm gonna call it. I'm never gonna think about it again. But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah, she was hit by a car years ago. I believe it was a Packard. The police weren't terribly interested in a young black woman dying, unfortunately. So
uh,
did the best we could in community and just gave her a good burial at Trinity.
Was there any other details about the Packard?
It was
was it
just a Packard. I don't know.
was it the Gray Packard, perhaps?
I believe so. And we
Hmm.
buried her at Trinity Church Cemetery. And that's unfortunately the end of that story.
Did the was the driver ever found?
No, nobody found anything, and none of the white police officers really cared.
Definitely connected.
Now that's even more interesting.
Right. Well, I think that's the information we needed.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You guys are welcome. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to see you again for a while.
No, that's valid. That's fair.
It's completely understandable. Sorry to disturb the funeral today and
Yeah, you
and
folks have a
right
good
now.
night.
You have a good night too. But one question
I
I
before
think
we go.
Mickey kind of meat mugs the guy.
Do you know how long Leroy has been living here?
He's been living here a couple years.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night, sir.
Of course, of course. Goodbye, goodbye. Just going down through some papers, just absolutely looking at them.
All right. Mickey's going to mean mug the guy, but he holds back, bites his tongue in a rare moment of restraint, and leaves the location. He steps outside and just kind of speaks to the general group. He goes, well, I'm fine with going and checking out the cemetery.
Yeah.
Seems like the next logical step. I'm kind of wondering if maybe one of us shouldn't camp out. Yeah, go ahead.
And it seems like Marnie was killed by the mafia or mob.
Yeah, that's what. That's
Ray
weird.
Packer.
That's real weird.
So
I'm kind of
at the
done
very
talking
least
about dead
connected.
wives for now. Let's go.
Let's check the grave and wrap
Yeah.
up for today. We could check on the accountant's family tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I think we can check on the family tomorrow. But this does leave us with two options. Either Leroy worked with the mafia from the mob from the start, and he did something wrong, and they show what happens when he does that, or the other option is weirder, which is he joined the mafia to the mob to maybe go up the ranks and find out who killed his wife.
Presumably they wouldn't recruit someone his
maybe.
wife that killed.
All right, as you all are talking there, your conversation is interrupted by a car pulling up, and out of it steps Roger Daniels, the federal agent you met earlier. He says, Mickey, I've been asking about your fellows at the station. I haven't heard from you. I do have a sort of a tip you can follow up on.
Yeah. No, you do. What's that?
Yeah, there's been some activity. They believe that Packard was spotted in a large garage close to 135th Street.
Oh?
I note down the address. Large garage.
I mean,
okay, that's good to know.
Have you all stuck together? It's interesting. Seem like a strange group.
Oh,
These sort of
Strange times.
strange
Hmm.
happenings,
What can we-
strange people.
Yeah, speaking of strange, I heard that there was another incident at a funeral. Funeral
Yeah.
procession? Yeah.
Another one got up.
Another corpse walked. I'm sure. I don't know. The corpse was just its final. Don't they say they move after death sometimes? The gases or
Well,
something.
They
You're
normally
very good at
though.
denial.
If I see the dead walk in front of me, I will say it's real. Until then, I must go with what I know of the world, and the dead don't walk.
Well, they also normally don't talk. Also, so.
Hey,
So you're claiming it talked? What did it say?
Ah, God, I don't remember actually. Friedrich talked.
Of course you
What
don't
was his
remember
name?
because I didn't talk. It's okay though. I don't judge you.
I think it more screamed.
Oh, it screamed. Well, I'm sure
Oh,
that was
yeah.
that was the crowd screaming, right? I mean,
No, it
Well,
was very
we all
distinct.
thought a
It
corpse
was,
walked.
Well,
I gotta be honest with you, man. I appreciate the tip, but it seems like you're like maybe a couple steps behind where we're at, except at random. You know, I hope that you're better at your job when it comes to this. And he takes out the Bonato book
Mhm.
and just sets it down like on a bench nearby, and then he steps away from it, and he goes, we're gonna go look into that. We're gonna follow up. I appreciate it. Hopefully maybe you can do a little something with that. And he
Oh,
starts to walk away.
He's exactly what I was looking for. He says, "Throw it back. This will give me a good promotion." And he walks away with it. So he tucks it into his trench
have a
coat.
good night, officer.
He just gets into
Yeah.
his car and drives off.
No point in trying to convince people like that of what's really going on. I've tried. Trust me.
Well, it's hard when you're not a witness, so I guess it happens.
I'd say it's harder when you are.
When you are a witness,
If I
of
could just
course,
be ignorant,
as they do
if I could be
say,
ignorant to this, I would.
as they do say,
I wish I could
ignorance
just put
is
this
bliss.
down and go on with my life.
Yeah. Me too.
Well,
Me too.
well, currently we are apart. Well, we're currently looking into this mess, so let's try to see what's going on there, and hopefully close this case for good. Otherwise, I feel I wouldn't want to see every day another a literal Walking Dead.
Alrighty, I want to go check out the grave. I think that's the next step.
Yeah, just quickly
Okay.
check by the grave and then either check out the garage or just go for the night and then check out the garage the next day.
All right,
Yeah.
so we are going to the cemetery.
Mhm.
Yeah, just to quickly check it. It's probably
Just a
nothing,
quick check.
but may as well.
The Trinity Church Cemetery lies between Broadway and Riverside Drive on the northern edge of Harlem and was created in 1836. And it's it's very late in the day now. It's probably like what, 9, 10 o'clock. And there's nobody there. It's just a big empty graveyard. Do you have any plan for finding the grave, or
I guess we should, yeah. Just just to see at least where it is.
I guess that would
What
probably
condition
just
it's
be
in.
Spread out, look through the graves, see.
that would just be luck, really. Because what else are you going on? So you can track a grave.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll say
Nice.
luck
it's the
rolls.
best. It's the best we can do. Man.
Luck roll? Yeah.
Find
Luck rolls, you
something,
say.
find
I failed.
Yep, that's what I said.
God, my
Ooh,
luck's
I failed.
35.
Yeah,
So
It's called a
I actually succeeded. 19 over 35.
Mine's 33 and I failed with an 80. Oof.
Oh,
okay.
Oh no.
Oh
Where'd
no.
it go, failure?
oh,
Oh no.
Well, something bad happened to me while I was looking for the grave.
you
Yeah,
trip on another
okay.
grave.
Yeah. You fall downstairs though. Oh.
No.
All right, you all look for this grave and you spend some time, perhaps an hour, maybe just digging around, hoping for dumb luck. All of you fail, and perhaps Odetta, she's lost, and you've lost sight of where she
Yeah.
is.
Oh no.
And you can't find Odetta, but you do, Boris, you do eventually see a very tiny grave that's just, you can barely read out the words Marnie on it. There's not a lot of money spent on this, and sometimes there's dried flowers there that appears. And you have found the grave. Although nobody can see where Odetta is. She is completely lost.
Does the grave look like it was recently exhumed?
Nope, it
that's
is completely
suspicious.
undisturbed, just with the dried bouquet of roses or whatever you would place as flowers
That's
down
what we were
there.
hoping for, I suppose.
Boris will just give a quick prayer. However, no one understands it, most probably.
That's it. There's
Hey,
his
Odetta.
English.
Hey, has anyone seen Odetta?
No, what?
Odetta?
Crap.
Hey, don't go walking off too far. Shit.
Boris
let's-
finished. He's like, oh,
Let's fan out. Let's fan out and find her.
That's a bad omen.
We gotta go find her. Woman shouldn't be out here by herself, walking around middle of a
Yeah,
graveyard.
it's especially with the person who's raising the dead, that wouldn't be good, or the mob. So let's try to do this quickly, I guess.
All right, Odetta, you were wandering through this spacious cemetery, and maybe the day was just a bit too much for you, and you lost track of yourself. I'm gonna say as your penalty, just do a 1d4 sanity damage or do a sanity roll, which would do 1d4 if you fail.
Okay.
It's, The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Perhaps have weighed on you as you just now understood it as you stood in the graveyard.
failure.
Okay, roll 1d4.
1d4.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, that's perfect. That's you all hear this Odetta screaming. It's the night, and that'll allow you, if you to find her again, if you would choose to run after the screams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right
Going
away,
that way.
we're half
Immediately.
expecting like some
Yeah, you arrive, and
supernatural shit. So yeah.
perhaps her hands are down on her knees, and she just screamed her lungs out. It doesn't.
All right,
You look around. You don't see the source or anything. You don't see that she
I'm
was
gun
attacked.
out. Gun out. I run up to her.
Yeah.
Boris will try to
Hey.
comfort her. Odetta, what happened? Are you fine? Is everything all right with you?
Oh, it's just you. I'm so sorry. I think I need to go home.
Yeah, it's
What?
it's fine.
What
it's
happened?
fine.
Did someone attack you? What happened?
I thought I
This-
saw something, but God, it's bad luck to be at a cemetery at night. What the hell was I thinking?
It's fine. Yeah, I think
That's
you
of this
just
nature
quick cup of
are
tea. You should.
very
will help you.
stressful.
Don't brush it off.
moment.
Don't brush it off. What was it?
I thought I saw a shadow. It was that thing. Oh, now I think it was just a monument. It's a shadow of a monument or something. A headlight caught it, and I just with everything going on.
It's fine. It's been a very weird and morbid. It's understandable. It's
If
How
one of
about-
you, if one of you could walk me home,
yeah, of course.
you're very kind.
People have to stick together in desperate times, or in general also.
As you all are having this conversation, you do hear the unmistakable sound of a car engine, should I say, pulling up to the other side of the cemetery that you're on now as you chase down Odetta scream.
Do I
Well-
see a car moving, or do I just hear a motor?
You would just hear it. I guess if you walk closer, maybe you could begin to hear it. Or
Alrighty.
see it, sorry.
I start trying to get closer.
I quickly say, in case it's the
Those
mob,
who-
I have a rifle in my truck.
Those who are
Is it
walking up, can I get a listen roll?
Yes, you can.
Is
I
it
got a
in the
16
direction-
I am going to go
under 50, which is a hard success.
That's very good.
I
Question
gotta
is:
fail.
Is this in the direction of where I guess we'd say we'd park our cars?
Yes, because it's like, I guess, a little
Yes.
parking area over there.
Okay, yeah, I guess Boris would also go.
Yes, this taxi is very important to him.
82. There was a listen, right? 82 over
Yes.
30. Yeah, that's a failure.
Okay, I guess Mickey's the one who succeeded with the hard success. He hears very clearly he couldn't have gotten far away.
I go, everybody hide behind the mausoleum. Do it quickly.
Yeah, I grab my gun, have that readied, and hide.
I'm gonna hide.
And then, what's that?
I just said I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna whisper one last thing. I'll just be like,
Mhm.
try not to engage them. Try to just watch. We don't want to get shot at. try to avoid a firefight. And then I just I shut up with my gun out.
Same here.
Guess.
Find
Alright.
the best hiding spot I can.
There's a bit of a pause, and then you see a figure running in the distance back towards where Monty's grave was.
Oh.
Then eventually there's two white men in nice suits with Tommy guns in their hands.
Oh shit!
Oh shit. Do we have to roll any stealth rolls?
Yes, not you've reminded me of that. Yes, go ahead.
Oh boy!
Sorry, everyone.
To
No.
roll something.
I failed.
Don't ask for a roll in Call of Cthulhu.
It's like asking for homework.
Like the teacher forgot to give us homework.
Exactly.
Look, I'm not asking because Boris is good. Boris has the default 20.
Well, I'm at least hidden.
That's
You
good.
don't see me.
She's
Oh,
like
wow.
a ghost. She disappears into the air.
We lost her again. So I got 48 over 20. Did anyone else succeed?
Say
I
48
failed.
over. Yeah, you gotta roll under, right?
I might spend my luck. I'm not sure, but it depends how many of us are hidden.
I think
Well,
so.
I think maybe flavor wise, the thing that might make the most sense for me not being stealthy is an idea comes into my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I step forward into the light, just despite the two guys with Tommy guns. I step forward into kind of whatever moonlight there is out of the shadows of the mausoleum, and I yell to Leroy Turner. I yell to him, "Play it for me!" And I have my gun in my hand. I have my gun in my hand, but it's down at my side. It's not pointed at him. And I go, "Play the trumpet for me!"
Wow.
The two mafia men with their guns, they are startled and they look towards you. And you can all hear Leroy. He's at the grave. He says, "Folks, this next number is for Marnie, and the trumpets have a sad sweetness, as light and death as life itself. The call is irresistible. The ground stirs. The wing of a marble angel cracks and falls away. A slight tombstone tilts and crumbles. Wherever the sound of the Turner's trumpet reaches, the dead groan and remember." As you hear a movement all over the cemetery now.
Oh.
And a withered, nearly fleshless hand juts out of the ground near everybody. And I'm going to need a 1d6 sanity roll from everyone.
I
Oh,
fucking knew it.
wow.
If you
Oh,
fail.
wow.
I always get ahead of myself. Do a sanity roll, and it's 1d6 if you fail.
Oh, sanity. Wait,
Yeah,
we
roll
take
your
it no
sanity.
matter what? Or sanity check?
Yeah, do your sanity
Ooh, I
roll.
succeed.
I always get ahead of
Oh, okay.
myself.
I failed in a big way.
I succeeded still 38 over
Okay.
72.
Okay, so if you succeeded, you only take 1 damage, and I'm sure you
Failure.
shiver a bit. Okay, and now if you failed, you got to roll 1d6. And I think Mickey said he failed in a big way. What's a big way?
I got a 94, so that's
Oh.
Oh,
over
yeah,
a 65.
you failed. It's only a fumble.
Or sorry, it was over a 68, but now it's 65 because I took 3 sanity, which I think is fitting for the scene. For those who are not aware, Mickey has a deceased wife and son, and they would not be buried here, but he wants Leroy to play the trumpet at her grave so he could say goodbye to her, but they're not there, so he's just kind of lost his mind, and it's just like, "Play it for me," and I don't think that the dead rising would really even bother him. I think he would just be hyper focused on Leroy, and trying to plead with him, even though that's not a logical course of action. I think that's where he's at.
Okay, so nobody took 5, right? 5 or 6.
No. Boris is just shaking. He's like
Okay.
you hear him just murmur like a quick rush of prayer. He's like, like he's just doing a quick prayer. You see him doing the cross with his finger. He's like, "Okay, folks, I think it is time we
Yeah. How far are the
get the
cars?
fuck out of here."
Well, I'm not running actually, but how far are the cars?
Yeah, how?
You guys went all the way to the other side, so you're probably about Let's say Marty's grave is probably about the middle, so you're probably in the middle of the graveyard, and there's dead rising around you, and there's two gunmen. They're firing their Tommy gun wildly at the zombies jumping out, crawling away out of the ground.
I'm gonna book it to my truck. And
Okay, I will take. How about dexterity as you try to run past all this?
yay, that's something I'm somewhat competent at. I have a plan. I'm not running, but 89 over 60. That's a fail.
All right, you perhaps that hand that was coming out of the ground, it grabs you at the ankle and you fall down for 1 point of damage.
Ow, fast.
Yeah,
Leroy
Boris
is-
would be like,
yeah.
come on, everyone. Come on, Mickey, come on. Odetta, we have to go now. We have to. There is no time. I do not believe you want to see a good amount of dead today. So let's get running. And Boris would book it to his taxi and like if he gets there, he'll like open the doors and be like, everyone going.
All right, same for you then. Dexterity roll. Try to weave
Very
your
good
way
at-
through the undead and the bolts flying.
Boris's dexterity is 85. Oh wow, that was close. 82 over 85.
All right, you weave your way through they reach for you and you jump away and you reach the taxi.
Odetta
Yeah, go
gets
ahead.
her switchblade out. She kind of holds it, she flicks the blade open, holds it above her head, and she kind of tries to run after him.
All right, I would need dexterity from you as well. Extreme, they get that
Nice.
stealth.
Extreme
I
success.
guess we'll just go. You were so stealthy earlier. You just kind of sneak by, maybe crouch walking out of there.
I probably beat him to the taxi.
Yeah, you're sitting in the passenger seat, like, what are you doing? About
Everybody's
time."
sitting.
What are your switchblade with the crazy look in your eyes? Like,
Oh, Odetta, you're here. Oh,
okay, that
Oh.
leaves. I believe
Yeah.
Mickey.
Mickey.
Here's my question. Are the dead attacking me? Are they attacking me at all? Because if they're
They're-
not,
They will try to grab for you. They are coming after you. Yes.
okay. I think only because the dead are attacking me, I would turn and try to flee. If they were just rising out of the graves, I'd probably stay single-mindedly focused on Leroy and trying to get his horn basically into my employ. But since I'm being groped by numerous dead, this is an unwinnable scenario, and I flee.
All right. Give me dexterity.
I will try.
I
Yes.
still grabbed by the hand, right?
I got a 17, which is a hard success under 60.
All right.
Nice.
You also definitely make your way through the crowd as they are groping for you and bullets are flying. You are all back at the cars, and
I got grabbed.
yes, he is left behind as the dead are coming towards him. And
I've got my own vehicle. I'll be fine.
Question. The Gray Packer. Is it just standing there? Like, is there anyone inside it?
no, you would just
No?
presume that the two people in the two mafia men in the graveyard now are the ones that are in the car.
Is it running?
Could,
They turned it off.
Okay.
could,
I'm gonna stab the tires.
All right, you just pop the tires. And
Boris, I don't know how quickly could Boris, like, I don't know, this is 1920s. There's no tracking that he could do. Wait, he could, Boris would like to, like, pick out one of his tarot cards, and, like, is there a lot of Great Packers in Harlem? Like, he's lived here for a while. Would you say there's, like, enough where, like, it would be hard to differentiate them?
yeah, I've looked that up to see how common it was. It seemed like it was a pretty common model back then.
Very common. Yeah. So what he'll do is he'll try to hide somewhere, like inside maybe the front,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe actually in the back somewhere, a tarot card, like in the door. So like just make it where it's like hidden enough where others might not notice, but like where he knows it is. Like, what tarot card will he hide? He'll hide.
Okay, so you're marking the
Page of
car with the tarot
Wands.
card. I understand. Yeah.
He'll.
That's
I have real tarot decks. Yeah, so he'll just put the Page of Wands there, and he'll be like, "Okay, you'll stay there, good friend."
Right, as you're all doing this, you realize that you're missing one. One fell behind,
Yeah.
quite literally.
What can I
Aw.
do to break free?
I would say unfortunately you're probably in combat.
I want to break free.
Break free.
Free.
So
I would just let you try again. Maybe just increase the damage you take as you flee the scene.
yeah, I guess I could like kick my way.
Yeah, I'll take another dexterity roll. Let's give it another try.
All right. Why is it taking the application did not respond.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess the cosmos has decided your fate.
Let me pull up the Google Dice 1 second before, but whatever. So 17. Or no, that would be a 7 because the first would be it rolled a 10 and a 7.
So 17.
Yeah, I'll just say
That's so
17. Both are good.
All right, you free
So hard
yourself from
success.
the grasp of the thing. You probably wipe the dirt off you, and you make your way out to the rest of the investigators.
Yeah.
Is
Would I
the-
have seen where Leroy is?
Leroy's still
What he's
playing
doing?
his the trumpet right near Marnie's grave. As more dead have arrived, they've overrun the other two
Ah.
gangsters. And you have an entire cemetery of dead overfilling. If you continue to stay there, they are going to break out of the cemetery and come after you.
Okay. I'm gonna grab my rifle and my Lee Enfield I keep in the back of my truck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, Gav here. I'm gonna try and get Leroy out best I can. I don't know. My truck has a
Sidney.
second seat.
Sidney, look at this. The
Mm.
whole place is being overrun. You're telling
And that's
if
why
you
I'm
think-
using a rifle. I'm gonna stay away.
So you're-
Sydney,
what's
we
the
do
plan?
not look, Sydney. I understand you understand this more than me, so I'll say this: you should go after I don't know 1 or 2 shots. If you don't then finish, get out, because I believe if he's making them rise, he most probably also is commanding them, and I don't think you want the whole cemetery to go after you.
I don't intend to. I just if they're following him, I don't know. I'd rather make sure he gets out alive because he clearly knows what's going on to
Okay.
some degree.
So, are me and Boris still in the taxi, or what's going on?
Yeah,
I believe Boris got out
what's
to
it?
do the tarot card
Yeah, he
thing.
got out, just put
Yeah,
a tarot card
okay.
in the thing to
So, yeah, we just
differentiate, and then he
we go
gets
to-
in, waits for Mikey to get in, and yeah, then he's booking it after telling Sidney that he should book it too, but he knows more, so he'll
Yeah.
let Sidney do Sidney.
I'm gonna say Odetta's gonna say in a gentle voice, strained voice, Boris, you need to get us out of here. You can get us out of here, right? She's like still holding a switchblade and her hands shaking a little bit.
Of course I can. I'm the best taxi driver in the whole of New York here.
Okay, well, can you start driving soon?
Is Mickey in?
I think that Mickey would probably get in the car and he'd leave whoever wants to stay behind. I don't think he's suddenly a good guy. This character's kind of a POS.
Ridiculous
so,
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would try to self-preserve.
All right. You all have the dead nearing you, and you have 3 of them in the car waiting to leave. Or Sydney,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Can I see Leroy from my truck? Like
You can, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand by my truck and yell out like, Leroy, I can get you out of here.
He continues to play the notes on the trumpet. He's completely enraptured in what he's doing.
Okay. Are any of the zombies going for him?
Nope.
Okay. That's good. And the gang guys are
Yeah, they were overrun.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Okay. How long do I have until the zombies reach me?
We'll say a couple minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep watch for a bit and hope that he comes to his senses, I guess, and tries to make it to, at the very least, safety. I don't want him to die. Don't want that valuable source of information dead.
He remains on spot on Marnie's grave, playing his trumpet. Can you want to roll your occult?
I'm considering it. I'm considering that, or like trying to snap him out of it somehow.
I think he's a bit too far away to have like an actual conversation with. It's a bit too late for that.
Right. I guess I'll roll a cult. And let's see if it will function. Okay, I'm gonna spend a luck point because that is off by 1, 7 over 6. So,
Okay.
normal success.
Well, you guess you're the occultist. It's not hard for you to figure out. It's the trumpet doing this, and as long as it continues to play, he's dead. Well, they will overrun, and they will come out the city, and they're going to attack people. So if you're gonna do something, take a shot. That's the only thing you got. Well, you got one shot.
Oh God, I do not want to shoot the trumpet, but I also don't want to shoot Leroy, and I don't feel like just shooting in general would help.
Yep. That's the choices you have: shoot the trumpet, or shoot Leroy, or leave. As the rest are probably very impatient, like, "Come on, man!"
Oh no, they would have. Oh no, Boris would like.
I assume they booked it.
Yeah, no.
No point in
Boris
really
would
waiting.
be...
They don't have the gun.
Yeah, no. Boris, after telling Sidney, he should maybe go. He'd be like, may the Lord be with you. I'll give a quick prayer," and then he's like he will not. He'll ignore every like red light, anything. He will book it immediately, as far as possible.
All right.
Meet you at the cafe.
Sure.
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
And then we have two scenes going on: them driving frantically away, you staring this down with your rifle. What's gonna happen? Are you pulling the trigger? Or are you walking away?
Okay. So I'm guessing. So he's positioned on the grave, right?
Yep. You have a clear shot of him. You could take one shot. So you're getting
right. Because I want to try and like shoot him in like a leg, or optionally shoot right next to him. Like, so if I miss
the grave,
it'll possibly just anywhere super close to him, or alternatively his legs, so that would hopefully snap him out. Either one, I don't know.
Like a warning shot.
A
think
non-lethal shot.
All right, so you're trying to do an obvious takedown. All right.
Yeah, the idea is that like even if I miss slightly, I'll still hit the area right next to him optimally. That's kind of my idea.
Although, I guess it would occur to you, unless he's knocked out, he's just going to keep playing, pick it up and play again.
I mean, yeah, but maybe it would deanimate. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I do know.
Well, what you do know is you have to destroy him, or destroy the trumpet, or leave.
I gotta stop it from playing. So even if I can like interrupt it for a little bit, that could give me some time to, I don't know, snatch it out of his hand or something. I don't know.
No, you're not snatching anything out of his hand unless you want to leave through the zombies.
Right. Well, yeah, it's too far to snatch. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and take a shot at his leg or the ground around him. That seems like a moderately okay idea. Yeah, that is a fail.
All right. The shot goes wide, and maybe it hits the zombie in the head and it falls down.
Yeah.
You realize you're about to be overwhelmed.
So yep, I get in my truck and get the hell out of there.
All right. Then both are groups of investigators. They leave the scene.
Not much we can do.
Yeah, I tried.
And where's everyone going?
They said back to the cafe, so I'd be going back there.
Yeah,
back to.
I guess. Yeah, we'll go to the back to the cafe right now. I don't know if it matters, but Boris, he's collecting speeding tickets. If anyone was checking, speeding tickets, running red light, all of it. Boris is not taking a chance.
You want to roll your drive auto?
Yes, finally. Boris gets to roll what he's made for.
Yeah, that's the problem with this game. It's like, I want to get your skills in, which is not always needed.
Okay. 28 over 75. Where's the driving auto, though? The drive auto, so got a hard success.
All right, yeah, we'll say you definitely just drive through the streets, and I guess you just get lucky. You make your way through, and nobody notices or cares. Another crazy driver in the city.
So presumably Sidney would get there a few minutes after, I'm guessing, because he would be driving.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the speed limit as fast as he can
Okay.
legally.
Yeah.
I mean, the zombies ain't catching up, you know.
You probably get there. Yeah, you probably get there maybe 10 minutes later. 'Cause she had the whole like taking the shot thing as well.
Yeah.
All right, so
Boris gives a quick prayer for everyone.
so you all arrive. I guess it was what Ernie's Eatery or something.
Yeah, Ernie's kitchen.
Ernie's kitchen. I bet.
Ernie's kitchen. Okay. So, what do we all think about doing now while we wait for Sidney?
What can be done? We have to.
What?
Somebody has to stop. Somebody has to stop Leroy.
Well, that's good and all. However, how do we do that?
Why do we have to do it? Let's get somebody else to do it.
Oh, I understand everything, but the issue is we're the only ones who truly know about it. Most of the crowd thinks this was just a hysteria moment, or at worst, they just saw, I guess not a miracle per se, but yeah, miracle work. While most of the, I'm guessing police and federal government, the police department and federal government believes this is all just gas movement, as the agent said. So it's only us currently, and maybe the mob. And I'm guessing the mob don't want to stop him for, well, if they're with him, and I doubt that he is the one who's leading them. Unless, oh, no time to think about that.
Does Odetta know anybody like local who could maybe help out with this?
I mean, you're a stage actor, so I wouldn't say it would be your circle.
Right.
But
Like
the only thing you really know is the
might-
agent. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we could find that agent. Like, she was,
Would Boris maybe know anyone, maybe from his apartment building, as he knows them, at least by name, maybe he knows someone there who's like, who would be willing to believe this and help Boris, maybe owes him a favor for something.
I mean, you would be setting those people after a horde of zombies.
Boris is like, you would think he would be like, for a second, be like, maybe I could ask someone from the apartment building, and then he's like, no, that would.
I think this problem is escalated beyond you. You just have to
Tell
someone.
He's like, no.
We'll wrap it up.
Couldn't even ask. He's like, yeah, no one. I don't know anyone who could help. And even if I did,
the bad ending.
Well, Boris still has one idea.
And what's that?
And that depends on Sidney's result.
I mean, I assume we'd be pulling up by now.
Yeah, you could arrive after he said, I had one idea, and that's when you arrive.
Yeah. Boris is like, I have an idea. Oh, Sidney.
Okay, so I think we gotta stop him playing. We might be able to loop back after the zombies have moved.
Okay. I have an idea. I'm assuming the truck is heavier than Boris's taxi, right?
Yeah, probably. They're older cars,
so
they'll kind of look the same.
Like wife, like husband. Like wife, like husband. The only thing I can think of that at least I can do is I could drive a car into them. Look.
That could work.
Boris like, look, I'm not the happiest about it. I don't like killing people. However, you didn't stop him, and you had a rifle.
I mean,
he has a whole cemetery on this side. Oh, yeah, you missed. Still, didn't work. And well, I doubt the dead can stop a car. I don't know what's the maximum speed that time car could go.
I don't know, but
enough.
They could go pretty fast.
Pretty fast? Okay, yeah. So he's like,
not as fast as now, but still pretty fast.
Yeah, I could ram into him. It's not going to be pleasant, but raising the dead is something I doubt they're happy about it. The dead normally need to go rest and stay as they are.
Odetta says if they break into the truck, she hands him the switchblade.
Thanks, I guess.
Thank you. Hopefully I will not need to use it.
Were there any tall buildings near the cemetery?
No, it's probably like a park area by itself.
who of you? Oh,
Well,
okay. We either.
Leroy wasn't very. He was enraptured from what I saw. I tried to snap him out of it.
Well,
And it didn't work because I missed. But
maybe. What if?
what if we lured the corpses away and then someone went
Yeah.
in to snatch the trumpet from him?
I doubt you could. I think it's most probably shooting. That's our best bet because snatching means going up close and personal, and I
I mean,
doubt
he did not. He was not paying attention. He didn't even notice that I tried to shoot him.
Fair. However, I doubt he will be alone. Maybe the zombies will surround him, or I'm not. I don't know, but
I mean, maybe.
it depends.
Lure the zombies away and steal his plan A. Ram them if the zombies are defending him.
Maybe plan A, yeah, steal. Plan B should be shoot it out or try to, shoot him.
Yeah.
And plan C, I would say, is ramming into him. I could distract the zombie if they care about sound and light. I think I can
The one at the funeral.
have my. They did care, yeah. So maybe I could most probably blast some music. Sorry, all the folks might not be happy, the living folks, but I think they'll be happy knowing that they're not the ones who will have the dead walking after them. So I bet I could get some cassette going, and well, see how it goes after that.
So in the 1920s, it was very rare for cars to have
Yeah, I was thinking
any
that.
kind of
Radios?
music
They have radios.
because radios were the size of like
Oh,
large
yeah,
appliance,
fair.
and they weren't very loud. So that would be something that we could do. You could make
Boris
noises
can
with the
shout.
car. You could make noises
And-
with the car.
I guess he could do that.
Yeah. I mean, I assume they had horns, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
100%.
horns. So
Yeah, horns and Boris can shout.
Odetta's she's just gonna say I can help you make noise. She can go
Hey,
with
that's
you.
all good. Okay. Mikey and Sidney, then how about you two try, I guess, go around with your truck and
Sounds like a good
let's see.
idea to me. Mikey?
Well,
there he is.
Okay.
Here's my question. As a police officer, is there a weapons locker and or evidence locker that I could get into? I know that the paperwork would take days, but my plan isn't to take these on the record. If there's any way I can get access to heavier weapons, I would stop by the precinct and I would try to get my hands on those.
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. It's not like you're
Alrighty. I'm gonna go try to
Okay.
get myself a Thompson machine gun
okay.
as well.
Let's see. How about you and Sidney go get guns? Where should I lure the walking?
Away? I don't know. Away from the trumpet playing guy, from Leroy.
Okay, let's see.
They were going towards the parking lot when I left. Did they stop? Did I see them stop in the parking lot, or did I go too fast to really see where they were going?
They just continue to walk outwards, probably. It's dispersing out to the city, maybe.
Oh no. I mean, on one hand, that helps with the plan, but on the other hand, oh no.
Oh no.
Collateral.
Boris has been he's been a taxi driver for a while. Could he maybe think up of a place, where, maybe a park or maybe another set? I don't know, that's the best idea, but maybe another place where it's mostly empty or deserted during the night. I'm guessing it's the night right now, so a place where it's mostly deserted to attract all those dead walkers,
or you could drive him into
he's
the
been here
river
for a
somehow.
while.
I don't know.
Is there a river?
I mean, it is nighttime. Everything is pretty much deserted.
Don't try to
just avoid
don't try to save
residential and
our
business areas.
primary
anywhere that isn't that.
Our primary goal is just to get to the guy with the horn. If we take him out, then we take care of all the zombies at once. Don't try to save people. Our job is to get there. You want to lure them to a place where there's nobody? How about a graveyard? That's where they should have been. Now let's go.
Let's go.
I could roll
Let's go.
navigation to see where he could lure them.
She's
Get
just gonna.
placement.
Yeah, you can know at the
Odetta's
park.
just gonna say we have to go now.
Yeah, they
Those
seem
things
to
are
be spreading
starting
out.
to crawl all over the city. This is my neighborhood. I live here. The people I know live
Oh.
here. We need to hurry.
I'd rather
agree.
they not spread out before we lure them. That would make it. I mean, that would
Yeah.
be worse and make it harder.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
let's get a move on.
Don't want. Yeah, got 45 over 53, so just a normal success for navigation.
What did you roll for?
Navigation, just to see like which place, just to lure them in a place
Nearby unpopulated areas.
Yeah, nearby unpopulated.
I think as you drive through the city, you hear screams that you know that the dead have mingled in and started attacking people.
Oh shit.
Not good.
Yeah, I'm starting to
So-
think we don't have time. We don't have time for me to
Yeah.
pick up a bigger weapon.
Yeah,
I
I don't think you do. I think-
I have
I think
a rifle. We both have pistols.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
Boris, I know you can drive like a demon, Boris. Get us there now.
I mean, I'm going to my
yeah.
truck.
Boris is like,
Well, no, I mean, I've got decent drive auto. And we
yeah,
got my truck.
you could.
That's the plan. It's a 2-seater.
Then that works. Yeah, you two drive and try to go around and
we
get
go
to
around.
Lear, and Boris tries to be the distraction.
All right.
No, I
like
think
Boris?
Boris. I think you should take me around the back.
Okay, but
Try to
he
assassinate the guy.
He doesn't have the rifle and the extra pistol.
Boris does not know how to use a gun.
But I'll be the shooty guy.
It's just
Yeah.
I'll be the shooty.
No. You go with Sidney. If anything goes wrong, shout my name, and I'm ramming into him.
Good enough. let's hurry, move, go.
There you
Oh,
go.
Yeah,
Okay, Odetta's gonna take her switchblade back. She gave it to Boris, but she's gonna.
yeah.
be in the
He'll
cab
give
with
her
him.
back.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Be in the back seat just in case.
Yeah, she's gonna be in the
It's
back.
safer there.
She's got it ready.
Yep. I get in my truck.
In case any hands reach through.
Rifles propped up inside.
All right, you all begin to
Yeah,
make your
he
way
gets some
back, and as I
passengers.
said, to the city, you can definitely hear screams as the dead have dispersed throughout and begun attacking people. It was a pretty big cemetery, and as you arrive back, as a consequence of that, is your failure to stop the dead from rising there. Yeah, there are no zombies anymore at the cemetery. You just see the solitary figure of Leroy Turner softly playing his trumpet on Barney's grave.
Is his wife like standing in front of him, or?
Yes, her dead body has risen from the grave, and she is laying there in front of him.
All right. As soon as we get close enough, unless something else happens, I'm hopping out on foot.
Mhm.
I'm gonna run up to Leroy with my weapon out, and I'm just gonna say, "I'm sorry," and bam, right in the back.
All right, then Leroy Turner slumps over dead. And the corpse of his wife that was moving is moving no more.
I grab for the trumpet, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna play it. I won't have it. It's eldritch. It's magic.
All right, you have it. I think this is. I do have a picture. It's just
Ooh,
It's way-
nice.
way different than I thought it was going to.
I did. I genuinely did not expect the graveyard to succeed.
That makes
I
no
thought
sense. And that is
Oh,
what you have in your hand. The
so,
strange outage trumpet that when blown, it brings the dead back to life.
do I recognize any of the
Eldritch
runes?
trumpet.
Do I recognize anything on the runes at the end?
You do not. It's so completely
Oh.
alien to you that even your previous mythos skill and your occult, they do not understand it.
I think I probably would lose some more sanity.
Yeah,
To be honest, I just killed him in cold blood.
that was
And,
Yeah,
and seeing as how
I
I
was
lost
thinking we would
3
just like
earlier,
snatch the trumpet.
that would be 1d6 for wholly murdering this man. Although I guess it's understandable in a way.
I'm not
but-
even gonna roll sanity for it. All right, I'll take one more. I think it makes sense for me to have a break from reality. I'll probably just be sobbing in a heap right next to the guy that I just killed and the dead body of his
Mhm.
wife. And I'm probably inconsolable at this
Yeah.
point. I'm just sobbing and just muttering apologies to God / my dead family members. Just be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. This isn't how I thought it would go.
What's it? When Boris arrives and sees how Mickey is, you like go to him, you like try to calm him down, like, and like be like, look, the Lord is forgiving. You did what was needed. It happens. Sometimes people die. You know this better than anyone. You are, you know how rough how
I'm
life
not
can
going
be.
to heaven. I'm not going to heaven, Boris. I'm a sinner. I'm a no good, unrepentant sinner. I'm not going to heaven. I'm going to hell.
All are
That's where I
sinners.
belong.
Mikey, we are all sinners.
Not like me.
No one
Not like
no
me.
one in life is truly innocent except children.
I'm a bad man. I lie, I cheat, I steal, I rob. I'm on the take. And then I'm a rat on top of it. After all that, after everything I've done, I fucking handed over paperwork to a federal officer.
Mikey,
I'm a piece of shit. If I don't take myself out, they're gonna take me out. I'm a scumbag. I'm a scumbag.
Mikey, that you gave the papers. Do remember who it was for. It wasn't for any average Joe. It wasn't anyone who was helping the community. It was for Archie the Boss Bonito. He is the farthest away thing from a saint. You most probably have helped this
Joey Larson's
area
gonna kill me next. I didn't even kill Joey Larson. He'll probably be the one to take me.
Will he? How do you know? Look, you might have done both this area and the mob a favor by stopping Leroy. You know, Leroy, he might have been a liability to them by the looks of it, especially because those dead killed the mobs. I doubt that the mob was too friendly with them, especially because they most probably killed his wife. So look, you have done a favor for Harlem. Understand that. You have not only stopped from people dying, but you've also stopped from the knowledge of how to use the trumpet to raise the dead spreading. The only one here who is the closest to knowing how it works is most probably the one who gave it to Leroy and Sidney. Though, Sidney, do you know how to?
I'm not a trumpet player.
Yeah, see, so the closest thing you have here who knows how to use it is Sidney, and he doesn't know how to play it even. So you've done a favor for Harlem. Like, look.
I think as you're saying this, Mickey starts to stare at the trumpet.
Oh no. Look, Mickey, I think you just need, you need to go right now, have a rest, and maybe, most probably, Paradise will open sometime soon. I doubt they will stay closed for long, Small's Paradise, I think, is tougher than most clubs in New York in general, I think. So, I bet you could go back there and, when we do, drinks on me. How about that, Mike?
Is anyone else doing anything? Because I think Mickey is probably just staring at the trumpet, being like,
I was gonna say, like, if he looks
away
rest for long enough, I would try and get it back to my truck. But if he is just staring it down, Sidney would be concerned, but he'd just be holding it, examining it, hoping that Mickey does not do what Sidney thinks he might.
Odetta has walked off. Y'all don't know where she is. She's just walking home. She doesn't know what else to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair.
All right, are we ready to wrap it up? So we will say we'll pick up 2 weeks later, and in the aftermath, Small's Paradise reopens newly painted and carpeted, ready for business. Even despite the tales of the dead attacking the city, nothing seems to stop it. You all find that Charlie Johnson has found all of your names, and he sent you a copy of the latest record by his orchestra. It was made days before all this happened, and One of the songs on it is Dead Man Stomp, and it features a solo by Leroy Turner on the trumpet.
I think, if possible, Sidney would try to get the trumpet back to Arkham, because he's he lives back there,
Yeah.
and obviously his meeting guy never showed up.
Well, Boris most probably would, continue as usual afterwards, though. He might start visiting. He might just start visiting cemeteries, just like like to give a quick prayer to them, to the dead, and especially to the cemetery where all the dead woke up. He would like give them a quick prayer. Wish that they that they rest in peace and that no one disturbs them ever again. And yeah, he would most probably go, as he lived, maybe he's just start praying more and reading the Bible more, but in general, he would most probably live as is, at least for now. And and he would most probably at least for a good time look out for Mikey and see how he's doing after the whole, after Leroy's death, just see how Mikey is doing, so that he's not in complete slumps.
Yeah, I think Mickey would be all right. I think Mickey would probably be in an apartment somewhere, and he's just staring out the window onto the city, and he can't seem to get any sort of emotion going. All he can think about is the people being marked for death already, and their own loved ones coming back from the grave and consuming them. It's all he can think about. And on the turntable next to him, the record plays, and it gets to the end, goes back. The arm comes back into its resting position. Mickey lifts it up, starts playing the record again, and just listens to it on repeat over and over. He doesn't make initially any appearances at Small's place, but I think after some time, he decides to pick up the phone, and he tries to call Odetta and sees if she picks up.
Okay, so to Odetta, she's normally a very confident person, but she's kind of racked with feelings of kind of weakness and self-doubt. She's just, this whole experience really shook her, but she's able to kind of channel it into that kind of angst into her performances. She did get a call back, so she does have a role in a play, and Odetta happens to be home when she gets that call from Mickey.
When you pick up, he goes, I used to be a cynic, and I looked at the whole world with anger, and I wanted them to all be better. And now I feel nothing. I don't feel anger. I don't feel happiness. And it has to do with everything that we saw. And I think that you're the only person who could understand without thinking that I'm crazy. I can't talk to anybody else about this. Would you like to meet up for dinner? Maybe we can go to Small's place.
Kind of exhales and says, "Call me again in a month." And she hangs up.
Yes, got it.
All right, that's a suitable place to end it all. Thank you, everyone, for playing.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting. It was great.
Thank you.
It's not recording.
Yeah, it was awesome.